Welcome everybody to Movie Busters episode 31. Is it 31? Yes.
Uh, I'm very positive. Yes.
Yes. I don't know what number. I can't count. I'm the producers of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D.
This is the first show I think of 2022.
Yeah, I mean if you don't count our best and worst show, but yeah, technically yes.
No, I think didn't we do the Child's Play franchise?
No, that was in October, man.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, wow.
We do them so much apart.
Yeah, I thought it was just yesterday.
I know.
Yeah, this is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise show.
Part 1.
Yep.
Part 1, or just original through Next Generation.
Yeah,
First
the
four
original
movies.
series.
Original series, yes, technically.
Yeah, the original series.
So, yeah. And then we get on to the next ones next week, hopefully. But yes, we're gonna start off with the original, and I want to say, we can officially say welcome Julie to the Movie Busters. She's a new
Yay.
member.
Yay!
Mhm.
Yay. Welcome,
Thank you
Julie.
guys for having me.
Yes. It's good to have you on. I mean,
Thank y'all for letting me be on there.
uh,
I will say
welcome. You're now a Movie Buster.
a toast.
Yes,
A toast, yes.
appreciate it.
I would say this here's the Julie. A toast.
Welcome to the Movie Busters
Wow.
officially.
Cheers.
I gotta pee now.
Yeah.
Way to ruin the mood, Rob.
Yeah. You messed up. You messed up her first episode.
Stink. Stink.
No,
She's laughing. That's all that matters.
I know. But I do wanna address that, like, Dan is no longer a member full time, but hopefully he'll be back one of these days when you do another show.
Yeah, he
Hopefully,
said he might come on in as a guest here and there.
hopefully for the Batman show, we'd like to get him on there for that.
Yeah.
I wanna argue with him about the Snyder cut.
Oh my god.
him. No, okay. It's all good. But that's for future shows.
That's for another
Yeah.
day.
But yeah, well, let's since the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie came out on Netflix recently, if you've all seen it, don't spoil our reactions too much, Thomas. Thomas already spoiled his thoughts on the new one.
Hey, there's Dale.
Hey, Dale.
We got Dale in the chat.
Right now.
Hey,
Yo.
Fuck
Screw
Texas
that movie.
Chainsaw.
Screw it.
I will say this. Fuck Texas Chainsaw 2022.
Hey, Dale.
I will just say this. I'm gonna Texas
Save it
Chainsaw
for the next week.
2022. It can suck my dick and it can suck a lot of assholes. Fuck you, Texas
See,
Chainsaw 2022.
Thomas, since you hate a new horror movie, you just don't like horror movies.
You're not a horror fan.
I've seen people say that crap.
I know who too.
It's-
I will say though,
Like a lot of people, like on
I'm
social
not gonna
media.
name
I've
names.
seen quite a few people.
No, a lot of people on social media, though, like,
on Instagram, like a lot of my followers and friends really enjoy the new one. I'm like,
That's
hey,
fine.
That's perfectly fine.
I
But
tell
like,
you what,
you can't like
I-
everything, man.
I know there's a certain individual that's part of the horror community that says that
Individual.
if you don't like, yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you don't like Halloween Kills, then you're not a Halloween fan.
Yeah.
All I can say is screw you up the ass. I've been a Halloween fan since your mama was wiping your ass.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even get me started on yesterday's show that I watched.
oh yeah, with the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, yeah.
Yeah. So it's fortunately, this franchise peaks early on, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be good at first, but like when we get to the newer
And
one,
it comes all crashing down.
okay. But anyway, let's start with the 1974. Oh shit! Hold on, I pressed the wrong one. 1974 original film.
Yes.
Yep, the best one of the series.
The best one.
One of my
Directed
favorite
by-
horror films of all time.
Directed by Toby Hooper, the late great Toby Hooper, and it's pronounced Toby, not Tobe. Okay.
Tobe.
Yeah.
Toby.
Also, he also wrote the film with Kim Henkel, and we'll get to Kim Henkel when we get to part 4.
I should have got my
Okay.
copy, but it's way over there.
So, since you are a Texan girl, and
Yeah,
this is
speaking
your
of which,
first,
this
this
is Texas after all.
yes, and this is your first official episode as a movie buster, you get to go first on this one. What are your thoughts on the 1974 original film?
I actually liked this one. I thought it was really good. And,
Well, when was the first time you saw it? I'm curious.
I don't remember when.
Too young.
I just remember about the movie and I put it in there and watched it and I liked it.
I mean, when you first saw it, was it on like on VHS?
No, it was on the DVD that I
Oh,
bought.
okay. Oh, cause so it wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't that long. Probably year before last, maybe.
Oh
No.
wow. Okay, so it was okay. So it's kind of recent.
Yeah, pretty
So
recent.
you don't have a history with this movie.
No.
Okay. All right. That's actually surprising. You're from Texas. Let's go ahead. I thought it was law for anybody who lives in Texas has to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Or Texas Ranger. So one of the two. Yeah. So what did you like the most about this one?
I like the part where they were trying to get him and everything, and they're trying to. I don't know. I don't know what to say on that, but other than I liked it.
Are you talking about like the when the Leatherface trying to chase Sally? Like
Yeah,
okay.
she was trying to get away and everything. And
Oh yeah, and then the hitchhiker gets
The
ran
whole-
over by the semi.
yeah,
The whole that final.
Now,
and then at the
Julie,
end of the
was there-
movie, it almost sounds like the end of the show where she's laughing, but
Mm.
she's just hysterical and everything.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was just
Now,
taking a
Julie,
chainsaw and going around and around like that.
Julie, now was there like a part of the movie that you found to be the creepiest part of the movie?
The part where she was in the house and she fell on the floor and she seen all those bones and stuff and the skeletons and all that. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then Leatherface comes out and grabs her and slams the door right behind him.
Yeah.
Well, there's something about that part where they hear the generator, like they're walking through the old house, and then they go in the backyard and they hear that generator, which means Leatherface. The house is located behind that house, but it's so weird. You can hear it. You can hear the generator, and that I don't know what it was. That was always terrifying for me. Just knowing that house is there,
Like that creepy house, like somebody lives there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You would think they wouldn't go there because of all that generator noise.
There's an old trail between those old two sheds.
The
Have you ever been by a slaughterhouse? My father wrote it.
Another creepy part. Another part was creepy where the guy that they picked up that hitchhiker, and he cuts himself with the knife. Like
I have
that.
this knife. It's a good knife.
that gun's no good.
He was creepy.
It's a good picture. You can pay me now. It's a good picture.
Mm-hmm. So like, was the hitchhiker your favorite character?
He's kind of creepy though, but yeah, I'd have to say Sally would be my favorite character.
Okay.
You ever been by the slaughterhouse?
My father owns it.
Oh, since Sally's your favorite character, then
It takes something to do that, though. You get.
since Sally's your favorite character, then you probably hated the new one even more than any of us.
Yeah, I was not happy how they did away with her in that other one.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, we're spoiling all these movies, by the way. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen any Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, watch a couple of them and then come back and watch the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. So,
Uh,
I mean, do you have anything more to say, or
that's pretty much it.
is there anything? No, hold on. Is there anything you don't like? Like, was it like a nitpick or a flaw? Nothing.
Well, they could have let a little bit of them, try to have a little bit more of a fight with Leatherface, but didn't work.
Uh-huh.
Well, I wanted to ask Julie, do you know where Round Rock, Texas is?
No.
How about Kingsland?
Nope.
Okay, so just a little bit of trivia really quick is that the farmhouse in the early 1900s was located in Round Rock, but it was moved to Kingsland, and it's actually a restaurant. The actual house.
Do they make meat in there?
I don't know. It was restored as a restaurant, though.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah. So supposedly you can still visit it. I would like to do that.
I'm sure they got some tasty meat there.
Freshly cut.
Yeah.
That's all right. Beat the meat while you're there.
All right.
Yeah, so I mean, what more can Julie say about it? I mean, it's a classic.
Well, she's recently
It's a
seen
classic,
it.
yeah.
It's like she's seen it 100 times, right?
Yeah.
Stop it, Daisy.
All right.
Sorry.
Thomas, since you got to meet Gunnar Hansen,
I did, yeah.
I'll let you go next.
Oh yeah, I mean, what more can I say about the original film that hasn't been said before? I would definitely say it's Toby Hooper's masterpiece in my opinion. It's definitely his best film that he's directed. Toby Hooper is a director. I love his work. I love Poltergeist, love The Mangler, The Funhouse, and I definitely love this one. And I even really like Toolbox Murders they did in 2004.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that was a remake.
Was that a remake? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a remake of the 70s one, I believe.
Mhm.
But going on to this one, I mean, what more can I say about the original film? Like, first off, I would say I love the whole vibe of the 70s. And what's the movie really does put you like in that mood of a horror film. Just with that opening narration alone by John Larroquette, you know, in the summer of like with the title crawl there.
August 1973. Yeah.
Yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then like the first thing you see is like this scarecrow looking dead body like in a cornfield. And you're like, whoa, like what in the fuck is this? And I'm like, Jesus, like this, and this has got you got to figure this is 1974 when this was made.
Yep.
And like the Exorcist back then was like in 73, and that had a girl masturbating with a crucifix. And now here you have this thing with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, what I really like about the film, first off, I love Marilyn Burns as Sally. I think she's definitely one of the best final girls in a horror film. Definitely one of my favorites. And the whole movie really does kick into gear. Not only just like with the hitchhiker, but like as soon as they get to the house and the character of Pam gets captured when she falls on the bones and grabs the door and you know Leatherface and puts her on the meat hook and I also really like Jim Seadow as the cook. Really like as a Drayton Sawyer. And I will, and still to this day, one of my favorite scenes that always gets to me is when they get Grandpa to hit her in the head with the hammer.
Yeah.
Like
that is the most shocking scene.
Yeah, that always got me.
And you know what? Marilyn Burns she made me believe that she was in distress.
Yes.
I mean, it was great.
Yes.
And when the grandpa sucks the blood out of the
when people say scream queens, she's definitely one.
Yeah, she's one of the top ones.
The way she was screaming,
and the whole chase at the very end is fantastic when the hitchhiker and Leatherface are going after Sally. I like how Sally just jumps out the window and is limping away, trying to run away, and the hitchhiker gets ran over by the semi. And I will say, what's up with that fucking truck driver? Like he just like abandoned them.
Yeah, I know, right?
He throws a wrench at him, and then he
ran away like a little bitch.
You would think like when him and Sally go into the truck, you would think he would drive away, but they get out of the other door.
I want to see him come back for the truck. Because I want to see
where the fuck did he run to? Without his truck.
He went to the meat plant. I don't know.
I will say I do have a little bit of history with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. I actually do have a little bit of history with this. When I first bought the DVD back in 2010, when I first bought this, I got it at Best Buy and it was on a weekend. I was a freshman in high school around this time. This is getting close to the summer vacation time. So it was a Friday, and almost every single weekend, I would sleep over at my buddy's house. And we would always watch a movie together. And this was one. And since I bought Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we figured we'd watch this. And that's how I first saw it, was 11 years ago, freshman year of high school. And I remember like the way when it was ending, when Leatherface is swinging the chainsaw around, and it just ends like that. And then the credits start rolling. You're like, damn. Like the way like that just ends, and it's like it just abruptly ends like that, and then the title credits roll. It's like I've never seen like an ending that's like that before ever, and it's just like and like considering like all the stuff that you went through while watching it, like the dinner scene and the scene with the bones and the creepy musical score and the 70s vibe, and it's like when you get to the credits, you're like, damn, what the fuck was that I watch? Like, damn, like that was something. I remember like kind of like me and him like looked over at one another after the movie was over, and we were like, what the hell was that? Yeah, it definitely had an impact. And it easily became one of my favorite horror films of all time. And that's why, still to this day, even back when we did the live stream where we did our top 5 favorite horror films 3 years ago, this was number 4 on my list. And my top 5 has not changed. This is still number 4 on my list. My 5 are still The Exorcist, The Shining, Blair Witch Project, the original Chainsaw Massacre, and the original Candyman. That's still my top 5 horror films. And not only that, meeting Gunnar Hansen was an absolute legend, an absolute honor to meet him. Just to be in the presence of the original Leatherface and getting to meet him before he passed away, so that was even cooler.
Like 2 or 3 years before he passed away, right?
Not even a year.
Wow.
Because I met him at Monster Mania I met him March of 2014, and then he passed away October 2015. So not even really a full year. So getting to meet him was a very, very, very big honor. Just to meet such a legend, and it's one of my prized possessions in my collection now, thanks to Gunnar.
I've wanted to meet Marilyn Burns too, but sadly she's gone too.
Yeah.
Marilyn Burns actually passed away a few days before Robin Williams did. Because I remember being on vacation when Marilyn Burns passed away. Like, I was going out to dinner that night and found out about Marilyn Burns, and then like the next day we were going out to dinner again, and it was Robin Williams. I'm like, what the fuck?
Because she appeared in Texas Chainsaw 3D. So
sadly, it was a waste though.
But I mean, it was nice to see her, even though
it was nice to see her. It was cool to see Gunnar and Bill Moseley in 3D, but they were all freaking wasted in that movie. But I mean, what more can I say about the original film that hasn't been said? I love the vibe of the 70s, love the setting, the characters like Sally, and I love the hitchhiker, Grandpa, the cook. I know Alex despises Franklin. I know he despises the shit out of Franklin because he thinks
I have fun with him.
I have a lot of fun with Franklin. I know people might find him annoying as fuck.
Well, he died, so he got what.
So yeah, I mean, but he dies. So you don't like Franklin anyway. I will say that's another really good scene. That
I want to say something, but I'll wait till my turn.
Franklin should have survived.
I should have pulled away in his wheelchair. That's one of my favorite jump scares of all time. Is when Sally and Franklin are looking at nighttime and they're looking at the flash, and Leatherface just pops up out of nowhere, and it's kind of like. It's like, it's like, that's a good jump scare. Like, that's a good one. That's like one of my favorites. Probably like in my top 5 jump scares.
Can you imagine at the end in the road and Franklin Leatherface is he's going down the road like this in his wheelchair and he escapes? That'd be funny.
That would ruin the movie.
It's crazy.
Which is also funny too. Three of the people from the original film, the guy that played Sally and Franklin, and the guy that played Grandpa made an appearance at the very end of Next Generation.
Yeah,
they did. You don't see Franklin.
Yeah,
Marilyn Burns was on the gurney. Paul Pertain was Franklin. He was pushing the gurney. You don't see his face though, sadly. and Grandpa played the cop at the very end.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, they got John Dugan, Marilyn Burns, and Paul Pertain. So I'm like, yeah.
And John Dugan was only like 19 when he played Grandpa,
which is crazy.
Yeah, he was.
Well, that's how good they did the effects. That's practical effects.
Yeah.
And I just think Tobe Hooper just did an excellent job. And you figure too, you got to give Tobe Hooper credit. This is like the boom of the slasher genre because you had this and Black Christmas the same year, and then that would
Black Christmas was 2 years after that.
Well. Also, Tobe Hooper also did the music with Wayne.
Oh, sorry. Was it the same year? I'm thinking
it was 74. Yeah.
For some reason I'm thinking 76 for Black Christmas. I don't know why.
76. I mean, because you
My
figure
bad.
like,
My bad. Okay.
you figure the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre and
Fact
Black
checks.
Christmas the same year. This would influence a lot of other slashers like Halloween and then you would have the Elm Street movies and then the Friday the 13th movies. I mean, this is really like one of the first ever slashers that really made the genre get the ball rolling pretty much. And then you have all the slasher films that you know of nowadays that you enjoy.
Well, that's why like it's kind of like Carpenter. It's like Carpenter directed Halloween and he did the music, and Toby Bell did the same here.
Exactly.
You said Tobin Bell.
Toby
Bell.
Hooper.
What Jigsaw did this?
Yeah, Jigsaw did this, but Toby Hooper did the music and directed it.
Oh, we got Horror Mania 666 in here. When Rob went off on 3D, the new movie will make you bulldoze a forest. Ain't that the fucking truth?
Who is this guy? What? You remember when? Oh, that was probably on
Rob Rants.
Yeah, when that
God.
movie first came out. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, that's pretty cool though. We got a new guy in here. That's pretty damn
Yeah.
cool.
He remembers you.
Horrormania 666. Okay.
And thanks for tuning in, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But anyway,
like the stream. Thank you.
Yeah,
But
the new
anyway,
movie might make
and
me
subscribe.
go into the forest. I don't know.
What more can I say about the original film that hasn't been said before? It's instant. It's a '70s classic. It's one of my favorite horror films of all time. I mean, it's really hard to say like what's more to be said about it because everybody knows about this film.
Throwback, yes.
So that's my thoughts on the original film. Love this movie to death.
All right, Rob, you go.
Okay. My experience with this, I saw this. I was a sophomore in high school. I first saw this movie, and I was hooked right away. I like the weirdness and the just the overall like kind of like grounded characters where it's got this weird vibe about it. Like they go to this town and there's this weird guy laughing and he's all drunk and he's like on the ground going it's just so strange. But then when they go to the house and then Leatherface first appears is like an epic moment when that's like one of my favorite scenes is when that red room with the skulls. And he appears, hits him over the head, and then slams that door. That's like one of the craziest scenes. It is, I don't know. I'll never forget that. And, but yeah, I was in high school, and I just it's definitely in my top 10 favorite horror films. Even though the plot is fictional. It's based on Ed Gein, who was
I was actually telling Julie about that on Messenger. I was telling her, she was saying to me like, "Isn't this like based on something that was true that happened?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was based on Ed Gein."
Yeah.
Well, it was inspired. I want to say it's inspired.
Yeah,
by him,
the
but
whole like
because Ed Gein, he was not a cannibal. Like these are cannibal people.
No.
Like he wasn't a cannibal. Like he
the
was
whole like
that,
stealing bodies and skinning them
Yeah.
that was based on definitely Ed Gein.
Yeah, it was inspired. Yes,
inspired.
But people don't need to go into this movie saying that it's a true story because it's not.
Yeah, because
this was a guy that like made wallpaper out of skin.
Yes,
he was making like he had like these human like skulls and made them into like bowls that you eat out of.
Yeah.
But
I think there was even saying that like he made like belts out of female nipples and
yeah.
But
like,
there's a reason why this movie is not gory. This
no,
movie's not gory. In fact,
the only really gory bit I would say is when the guy throws the wrench and then the chainsaw cuts Leatherface a little bit. That's really the only incident. It's a tiny bit though.
It's funny for years before I even saw this movie, I always kept hearing this is one of the most like violent films in history. And then I was like, whoa.
Also, when Sally's getting hit over the head, that's pretty. It's disturbing.
It's labeled as a slasher, but this is more of a psychological horror movie.
Well, there's a reason why there's not much gore is because Hooper wanted he limited the quantity of on-screen gore in hopes to get a PG rating. But
good luck with that.
Could you imagine this getting a PG rating? That'd be
the MPAA, rated it R, and then because of that, people were actually walking out. People actually didn't care for the violence. This was actually banned in several countries.
Yeah.
The theater stopped showing them in response to the violence, and then the movie became profitable. I mean, it was like what $140,000 it was
Yeah.
produced, and it was like what 150 million, something like that. I forget the total numbers. I think it was, or wait, maybe it's like no, it was like 30.9.
Yeah, it was like 30 something, like 35.
Yeah, it was like 30. It's like 30 million, but as far as like right now, it's like it's
budget,
made a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The budget's like like you said, like 140,000.
But honestly, like this is just one of those movies that it doesn't need to rely on the gore and stuff to be good. It doesn't need to rely on stupid ass jump scares that are done nowadays with horror films. That it's just like blah, it's like that's stupid. You don't need to do that. Just take notes from this movie. Everyone take notes who are making horror films. Take notes from here. This is one of those films that does it right. You'll never forget it. Why are so many people calling this a cult classic and so many people love this movie? Why? What's the reason? But yeah, one of the best, in my opinion, Final Girls is Marilyn Burns as Sally. Like I love her escaping. I love how she's kind of strong-willed in a way. What more can I say? Really, I mean, you guys pretty much touched on a lot of stuff. I just think it's definitely one of my favorites. It's in my top 10 favorite horror films. I really don't know where I'd place it because my favorite's The Shining, so I really don't know where it would be.
Shining is a damn good choice.
But I love Blair Witch and Halloween, and there's just so many. So, but this is right up there, honestly. It's definitely.
Like if I had to do like my other 5 favorite horror films that are below the top 5, it would be the original Fog, Alone in the Dark from 1982, Tremors, The Serpent and the Rainbow, and Jaws.
Okay.
That's a.
But I also I could also put Halloween in there, but it's just so hard to do a top 10 favorite horror films. But Halloween is definitely in there somewhere.
And you know what? I want to say about this scene really quick. I think Friday the 13th kind of took notes because the scene where Sally goes to the gas station and what's his name? Saito?
Jim Seedow. Yep.
The cook.
Yeah, the cook.
So at first you're thinking this guy is good.
Oh yeah,
like a random civilian. Yeah.
He turns on her and he starts like hitting her, which reminds me of Betsy Palmer when she does that to Alice.
Yeah, Adrienne King. That's right.
Yeah, she's sitting there, acting like she's good, and then all of a sudden she just starts smacking her like she's bad. It's like wow. But I feel like this is where it started. And that was such a good turn of events because now we know that there is actually a family involved in this whole thing. It's not just Leatherface.
Yes.
So that was a really good.
You hear that new movie? It's not just Leatherface.
Yeah, exactly. There's more to it than just Leatherface.
Yeah. So, all in all, like this movie had everything. It had it all to sustain itself as a good horror flick. And not only that, a great horror flick. So that's my thoughts. I just think it's like I said, Toby Hooper directed it. He did the music along with what's his name?
Film too.
Wayne Bell. He wrote the film. It had a really low budget, but you know what? It was successful. And I think being violent, we look at it nowadays and we're like, well, that movie's not really violent. But back then, it was. So,
now it's probably considered tamed.
What they did in the new movie, we'll get to that, but what they did in the new movie, I mean, it completely destroys this movie when it comes to gore and violence.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but it soils this movie.
You know what? I'll say this. I'll say gore in a horror movie is like good gore in a horror movie is like good special effects in an action movie.
Gore in a horror movie is like the frosting on top of a cupcake.
Yes.
That's what it is.
You may have good frosting, but we want the whole good damn cupcake.
Give me the cake part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Give me the
half-assed
story.
either.
Give me the story. Give me the characters.
All of it.
But I mean, when it comes to the new movie, that's the cake out my ass in the toilet. That's what that is. So anyway,
New
yeah,
Leatherface is supposed to be 70, but he's running like a 20-year-old.
Exactly, horror
Yeah,
mania.
really.
Anyway, yeah, it's a classic. I will always love this movie, and I will always defend it. And yeah, it's great.
Fuck Franklin.
Well, I forgot that. You know what? Franklin's not that bad.
I can't
You should
stand.
be happy he got killed. Okay.
I am happy. That's
and
that's when the movie becomes great and stays great. I mean, I'm not saying, okay, here's the thing. Yes, it's good throughout the whole movie is good overall, like from beginning to end. But Franklin keeps it down for me. I can't stand that character. He ruins everything about the first half of the movie.
Wait a minute. Wait. I want to say something. I'm glad I'm not the only one who noticed this. Horror Mania says
Yeah.
New Leatherface is running. He's supposed to be 70, running like a 20. I said that too.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who noticed that.
To me, Franklin is the only bad thing about this movie. I can't stand that character. He's annoying. And I'm so happy when every time he dies. I'm
you're
glad.
like, die, motherfucker.
Good. Yes, good. Good
I don't think
riddance.
I'll be able to take it.
I know. Good. I wish it would have been like an unrated version so we can see him sliced up in two. But
Come on, I feel sorry for him though. It's hot. He's in the van.
I don't care. He's annoying.
He gets cut.
All he does is bitch and fucking whine and shut up.
You would too if you couldn't
he
move
goes
your
in there and
leg.
he's like, "Come on, Franklin, it'll be fun, Franklin."
Yeah.
You'd be depressed too if you couldn't move your legs.
Yeah, but I won't be crying and bitching every.
How do you
5
know
minutes.
you wouldn't be if you were hot and sweaty and fat and like?
Well, I'm not hot, sweaty, and fat.
I said if you were.
If I was,
If you were.
well, I'm so glad I'm not.
And you hadn't been laid in like years or forever.
I don't think.
You would
I
be.
don't,
Yeah, you'd be.
I don't think Franklin's ever gonna lay, but whatever.
He
Either
does
here or
look
there.
like a boy,
Poor guy.
Franklin does.
That's
guy
either
goes on
here or
a
there.
You're gonna throw up.
Thomas just
I just took a fucking drink and I literally spit my drink.
This is why we do these shows, man, to make each other laugh. Was it when I said that Franklin doesn't get laid? You know?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm
That's
taking.
true. You don't get.
I'm
It's true.
literally taking a drink.
The guy
And
hit rock
we're gonna
bottom.
lay there, and I have
hit rock
I have
bottom.
iced tea in my mouth, and I'm like, I'm trying to hold my drink in my mouth.
This is what Franklin gets, right? He doesn't get nothing in his life doesn't go right, and he gets killed. Oh, poor Franklin.
You know. I want to feel bad because he's handicapped, but no, you're still an annoying piece of shit.
If that was your own brother, you'd be like,
Even Sally don't like him. She's annoying. She hates him. She hates
maybe
him.
it's the way he says her name, Sally.
Yeah. And she's like, no, I go with you, Sally. I go with
His
you.
voice is kind of whiny.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
voice
he's
is
gonna-
got a whiny sound.
And he's making her push his fat ass in the fucking forest
I think someone ripped his balls
in the dark. Poor Sally. She had to move his fat ass in the wheelchair in the dark in the forest. You know, she just left him there.
I like when he's like, I'll go with you. Get the flashlight. I'll go with you.
Oh, God.
Sally, they took
Like,
the keys. Sally, they took
like, okay, Franklin, like, what are you gonna
No,
do?
at one point when he's like trying to tell her something, and she's like, "What?" Franklin's like, "Never mind."
Never mind.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, nobody's
Shut
like-
up.
When Franklin's getting cut by Leatherface, it's like she just leaves him.
I would have left him too. Like, fuck you. I'm out of here.
Well, she's gone.
Yeah.
Leatherface could eat for a whole damn
okay,
2 months with
but-
Franklin.
Okay, but that aside, though, this is a good movie. That aside, Franklin aside, this is a good movie. This is a good movie. Like you guys said, yes, it's creepy. It still holds up. That first scene with Leatherface where he kills the guy with the hammer, and then he shuts the metal door. Oof. That still sends chills down your spine.
Yeah,
You know.
because the sound of the door makes is.
You know. That's the point of the movie. You're like, oh my god, shit's about to go down.
And that's done with no music, no nothing.
Yes. And also when he kills the other guy, when he
Oh,
kills
Jerry.
you know.
You mean
Yeah.
Jerry?
Yeah, Jerry.
Yeah.
Uh, so like and like I know I think I said the same thing about the original Hitchers. Like I know it's back in the day where hitchhiking was normal, but it's like I don't come from that era of life where like hitchhiking was normal. So it's like I not get it. It's the 70s. You know,
Another
that was the
really
thing.
good like
Yeah.
hitchhiking.
But they even say like Pam. Well, I think it was the character Pam. She even says like he looks creepy. I don't think we should pick him
Mhm.
up. You know.
Yeah, and then
But
like
they're
so
hip.
that,
Whoops,
yeah,
they're hip.
Well,
They're
his face looked like he's been mangled.
I know, but they're hippies.
Like,
You know,
he's like,
they don't know no better.
he's like,
he's like,
Yeah.
oh God, no, he looks
Oh
creepy.
yeah. When he goes on a rant about like how like he doesn't like how they kill cattle nowadays with the gun.
my
Mhm.
brother works there.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you guys know this, but the original title for this movie was Cheesehead, and he even says it in that scene, the
Yeah,
hitchhiker.
I like when he has
Cheesehead.
the camera and he's going like this.
And then ever since this movie, they've tried to have that crazy big brother of Leatherface. You know, and almost all the sequels. You know,
Yeah.
you have the hitchhiker, and then he started kind of a trend. What the movies we're gonna talk about later. Like, there's always that big brother with Leatherface who's even more crazier than him. You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
Gunnar Hansen is
the actor
without-
did a good job. Yeah, and yeah, Jim Cena was the cook, dude.
I mean,
He's the MVP for me in this movie.
Edward Neal played the hitchhiker. He was
really
great.
good. Yeah,
I
he was
mean,
good.
I think all four, like Grandpa, the hitchhiker, the cook, and Leatherface, all did it equally terrific.
yeah.
they
Well, like-
they each had a unique weirdness about them.
They
Yeah.
did.
And I always thought the cook was the father. No, he's actually the brother. He's actually the
Yeah,
oldest brother.
Yeah, he's the brother of the hitchhiker.
He's the oldest brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just much older than them. You know.
Like when he's like, "Look what your brother did to the door."
Yeah. Yeah. Which I think this movie creeped out so many people that they didn't see the comedy in there, like in like the dinners, like in that scene with when you finally see the family all together, like the back and forth they go on, like you're just a cook. You
Well,
know?
even though the cook was like bad,
Yeah.
he still it almost seems like he was flip flopping. The part where Sally was getting her head,
Yeah.
in the bucket, you look back at the cook and he just kind of would laugh, but then he would like be like, "Oh man, I don't know," and then he would start laughing again. So it's like he was.
I think it's like
he had multiple personalities.
he's like it's like he enjoys seeing them hurt somebody, but he doesn't like.
He would never do it.
killing.
Yeah, he would
He's
never
like,
do it.
I don't take pleasure in no killing.
I wouldn't
he-
eat his barbecue either.
But he doesn't mind eating people. You know.
Fuck his barbecue.
Right.
Barbecue.
No,
ain't that
I look at it this way: like people like meat, like chicken and everything, but they wouldn't want to kill the cattle and the chicken before they eat it. You know what I mean? It's like that.
good. I do that all the time.
Oh, I didn't know you were a farmer.
You didn't know, did you? You didn't know.
now I know.
Oh God!
I didn't see no damn chickens when I went over to your house.
I hit him. I didn't want you to know.
I didn't even hear no
There's some
clucking.
chickens at our house.
I didn't. You probably ate them all, right?
Yep, I did right
You
away.
couldn't even leave me the eggs.
We have chickens at our house.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julie's the real farmer there. So
Yeah, I think Julie, she might be a Sawyer.
Or she
I
may
guess-
secretly be a Hewitt.
Hewitt, yeah. Yeah, see?
if you see a guy with a chainsaw, do not go near him. Go inside.
Do not.
It's gonna be-
go in there.
It's gonna be like that moment where like
As Ace Ventura would say, "Do not go in there."
it's one of those moments where like we think Julie's in our side and we're like, help us, Julie, this guy with the chainsaw is trying to kill us, and he's like and she starts hitting us with the broom. What
He starts dumping our head.
the
over
hell,
the
Julie? Yeah.
Get the
Are,
brain.
are all Texans crazy?
Then she gets a hammer, puts her head over a bucket. Julie was the best.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna jump out the
Bring that
window.
over here and just walk out on the upside of the head with
Yeah,
the
but-
spoon.
That whole dinner scene, man, like that scene's crazy.
Yeah.
Just like
Yep.
damn.
But Marilyn Burns' acting was great. Like,
Oh yeah.
Marilyn
was
Burns,
so-
like it's natural.
Yeah,
I mean, if
like
you're in that
compared to any
situation-
other-
Where all your friends got killed and you're tied up and this crazy family's eating people and they're just like laughing at you like, oh my god.
besides the family, like she was the best like acting as far as goes. Like, she
Yeah,
was
I
the
mean, to be honest, like other than her, I didn't really care.
none of the other guys really had much to say.
No, you don't really get to know them that much.
Yeah, you
like-
don't really get to know about Pam or Kirk or Jerry or.
That's why I like the when we get to the second one. That's why I like the characters in the second one more, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, like
When
Stretch.
Leather, you know the part when Leatherface puts the girl on the hook and then he
Yes,
starts cutting up the dude on the table. Like, I like how
you don't see it.
you don't see it, but you can imagine like what he's doing, and
Yeah.
you can hear stuff while
Yeah.
she's screaming.
She's
She's sitting there
screaming.
screaming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the Jaws thing where what you don't see and it's scary.
it is. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
It's,
Yeah.
all, it's all in your imagination. You're just imagining. Oh my god, how brutal!
why do
can
we
this
have
be?
to see someone cut in half? It's not like, you know, it's okay. It's shocking, but I
Yeah.
think it's scarier not seeing
You
it.
don't see it. Yeah. Well, now we've seen what it looks like. and the,
Well,
Exactly.
yeah, we've seen a lot.
Well,
yeah.
when you watch the remake, then you'll definitely see it's even more. And even like the beginning, like they even show all that part when he gets to space and all that stuff.
The beginning is probably even more gory than the remake.
Oh, you think
Yes.
you think the prequel is gorier than the remake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
That I can agree with. Yeah.
in the beginning, you know, he cuts that biker in half, and then he cuts the dude's legs off too.
Yeah.
So,
10 out of
Oh,
10
I mean-
movie says Horror Mania.
Oh yeah, the original's a 10 out of 10 for me too.
oh, that's
Great.
no, that's
I
no
agree.
question.
Drayden Sawyer is a legend.
he
There's
is a
certain
freaking
horror
legend.
movies. Certain horror movies for me get 10 out of 10. This movie, The Shining, Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
The
make that
Exorcist
one.
for me.
This movie would have got a 10 10 if
Like,
Franklin
I think
wasn't in it.
Jaws gets a 10 out
Yes.
of 10.
Jaws 10 out of 10.
Halloween gets a 10 out of 10.
Mhm.
Like,
I would even say the original Elm Street for me gets a 10.
We'll get the chop. We'll get
Yeah.
the chop chop. We'll get the chop chop soon. But this movie would have been a 10 out of 10 if Franklin wasn't in it.
oh, come on.
Oh, come on, Alex.
And you know what? The funny thing is that he's not even the worst character of this franchise. It's just like for this movie, you know, it's regarded as one of the greatest horror movies of all time. It has this fucking character in it. I don't know. This is me.
Is that guy's blood?
Mhm.
Is that his blood?
And he keeps talking like, "Would you do that? Would you cut yourself?" Like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
Y'all think
He's
he's
in
coming?
shock.
Nobody and it's funny. I'm pretty sure you guys know about a lot of the stuff that happened during making this movie. This movie was grueling as hell to make because it was hot.
Yeah, they were having problems
hot.
internationally too, as far as rolling it out too.
Yeah, I'm like making the movie was like
Making the movie was
over
yeah.
100 degrees every day,
Ugh.
low budget. Like
You
people
could tell
like,
too.
the crew members like, "Whoa, we're getting sick," and like, "Oh my god," and the actor played Franklin. Like, I have nothing against him personally. Rest in peace. But he was a method actor and he stayed in character and he annoyed everybody. So you can just tell. You can just tell. Like the characters don't like him.
Hey, he was committed. That's what he wanted to
Oh,
do.
are you talking about Paul Pertain?
Yeah.
His
Like-
voice was whiny and high pitched and kind of like.
Like when he gets cut, he's like,
I was like, good, yes. Cut his throat.
oh, God.
Yes, and this is the only time I ever advocate death for a handicapped person.
There's a picture of, I think, William
It's
Vale.
a fictional character, okay? It's not a real person.
The dude who played Kirk, I think it was William Vale. Is that his name?
Yeah.
William Vale,
Kurt,
yeah.
William Vale. There's a picture of him and Gunnar Hansen in costume.
Oh, yes, he did.
They're sitting on the back steps
Yes.
of the house, and they're just like posing for a. I'm
Oh,
like, that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always
saw
like
that.
it when I see like the old behind the scenes photos of like older movies like that. That's cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Like even though it was a grueling experience, hey, like there was downtime where they had they chilled, relaxed and had some fun.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's funny like the actor playing the killers, just like chilling with one of his victims. It's just a movie. But yeah, it's a good movie. The finale, like the dinner scene, the grandpa scene, the whole last final chase, the whole chase scene is like it is one of the best chase scenes of all time.
Well, I'll tell you another
The
problem.
horror
that
film,
people-
sister.
I'll tell you another problem that people had with this really quick too.
Mhm.
Is that even nowadays it wouldn't go over because everything today, if you say something bad or say something wrong that's not with the agenda,
It's
then
cancel culture.
yeah, it won't pass today. But
like the new movie.
back then, when this
Yeah.
movie was being made, there were the issues of violence against women. There was the critical discussions that they had about what do they call what's Franklin? Is that what do they call that?
Paraplegic.
Paraplegic against those kind of people and exploitation of those kinds of people. So there were people even back then saying, "Oh, well, this is too violent against women. It's too violent."
But you get that violence against women, and even the new one, like the women get killed.
But what I'm saying is that, but they still had that cancel culture bullshit.
You know what? The horror movies in the 80s got a lot more flack for that. Actually,
they did, but this is where it kind of started.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Because this movie was violent in its own way, even though it didn't show a lot. But you're talking about 74, so it's like
yeah. That and Last House on the Left, kind of change the game.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah.
I said Last House on the Left, not 50 Shades of Grey.
That's one of those 70s horror films I never cared for.
Last House on the Left?
Yeah.
I love the remake. The remake's good.
I like the remake better.
Except for the last 2 seconds.
You know what?
Microwave.
You know what I always keep forgetting about the original Last House on the Left?
Wes Craven directed it.
Kreese was in that.
Yeah, he was. The movie we'll get to that, but I mean that movie, the music choices and stuff they made, it just I don't know.
Yeah, that was good. But yeah, I mean, like
that's what I was saying, Hormania. Like, it was cut. He wanted a PG rating, but that's why he cut
this one.
I'm guessing the original cut to this was a lot gorier than he made it out to be.
Probably. This. After this movie came out, this made like a couple of things iconic. Leatherface was iconic. The chainsaw weapon was iconic.
Yeah, you've never seen that before.
No, yeah, like this is like the
power tools.
The beginning of like the killer's weapon of choice, like is the iconic weapon.
Yeah,
like the chainsaw.
Hell, you know what's cool about
like Michael Myers' like butcher knife, Freddy Krueger's glove,
Yeah, what's cool about Leatherface?
Jason machete.
What's cool about the Leatherface character is that I dressed as Leatherface one year when I was a kid for Halloween.
Yeah, I was thinking like I know for a fact like you probably dressed as Leatherface one time in your life.
I'm too tall to be Leatherface.
Thomas should play the next Leatherface in the next movie.
I should.
Yes, he should.
For our next Halloween stream, Thomas should be.
You gotta be like, you got.
And I'll be Franklin.
No. Thomas, you gotta be the part 4 Leatherface.
I'll be Sally.
Yeah, Julie be Sally. There you go.
If I'm gonna be the part 4 Leatherface, then Julie's gonna play the Jenny character. She's gonna tell me to shut the fuck up and sit down.
I know, yeah, right. I know. Thomas, you're more fond of the Gunnar Hansen version of Leatherface.
Oh fuck yeah!
Poor Mania says I was always Ghostface. Yeah, I dressed up a Ghostface plenty of times.
Oh, Ghostface is the goat.
Yeah.
By the way, go see Scream 5. You haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's still playing in theaters. By the way,
I still haven't seen it yet.
Me either.
But it's gonna be on I think it's gonna be on demand and Blu-ray like next month. I think
it's coming out the same month as Spider-Man: No Way Home. I think
April. Actually, yeah, it's coming on Blu-ray in April. So
that's what I thought.
Well, when it comes out, I'm
buying it, and I'm gonna write a big fat 5 on it because that's what it is.
It's one of those movies, one of those sequels that suffer from the same
title,
same title shit.
You want to see?
Yeah, but in Scream it makes sense because they go on. It's meta.
You want to see a better horror film in 2022? Just watch the new Scream. Fuck.
Yep. Yeah. But anyway, final thoughts on Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Classic
still holds up good today.
Yeah.
Oh, see, like the other iconic thing is that flashbulb light sound effect.
Oh yeah,
the new chainsaw.
I can't do the.
Hold on, I'll try to do it.
Yeah, like that.
That thing. That's and almost every Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie has used that. Almost.
Wait, are you saying something here? He said, "Horror Mania." I want to ask you something here. He said, "Way better than the new Chainsaw and Halloween Kills."
I think he's talking about the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'm
talking about Scream.
I thought you were talking about Scream.
You're talking about Scream, okay? Yeah,
well,
I agree.
Here's the thing: I didn't really care.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't really care for Halloween Kills, and I don't care for the new Chainsaw. So I'm gonna say yes, even though I haven't seen the new Scream movie.
It did way better.
Well, you know what? Too, you
I
want to
don't
see
care what Heezy says. Halloween Kills.
you
was
want to
not
see
great.
another better horror film that's better than Halloween Kills
Scream
and
5.
Texas Chainsaw? Just go watch *Malignant*.
Yes, watch me. It's an HBO Max. Watch me like that.
Or you know what? Even the new Candyman. I freaking love the new Candyman.
Yeah, the new
I haven't
Candyman's
seen that
good.
one yet.
The new
I loved
Candyman
it.
is really good.
I
yeah.
wasn't expecting to love it. I loved it.
Yeah.
So
There's just so
Candyman
many-
ain't real.
Leatherface ain't real, and we can't say the other word though.
I know. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It definitely deserves its praise of its
Yeah,
reputation. Except for Franklin, fuck him. I'm glad he died.
oh,
character.
God, here we
The
go.
character, not the actor.
God.
Uh,
Oh man, I didn't know he was that big of a problem.
He is for me. Can't. Okay, but that's it. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Moving on from that character.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Oops. Okay. So yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, with the low budget, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was a huge hit, for its time, and
Yeah.
but it took 12 years, for Toby Hooper to want to make a sequel. He said, he didn't want to do one because he thought like, well, how am I gonna top the original? But his only way to counter that was, I'll make something different. I'll make a black comedy out of it.
It is a good move, I think.
Yeah, because he didn't want you don't want a carbon copy. He didn't want.
This is kind of like Evil Dead 2 to
Yeah.
Evil Dead 1.
It's actually a perfect example. Actually, you're right about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And 12 years. Oh no, wait, sorry. Yeah, 12 years. Yeah, 12 years. 1986. He came
was
back.
the same.
Toby Hooper wrote and directed again. He brought Jim Seagal back as the cook. Now we get to find out his real name is Drayton Sawyer.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
With that.
This was a Luke Skywalker moment. Or the Darth Vader moment, sorry.
Oh yeah.
The I am your father moment.
Kind of.
Not as epic as that, but
No, yeah, pretty close though. Instead of a hitchhiker, because he died, the character died. They brought in Bill Moseley as his Chop Top, his
Chop
twin
Top.
brother,
Yep.
Yeah. and then they brought Grandpa back, but it was a different actor. And then Gunnar Hansen wanted to play Leatherface again, but they couldn't agree on the salary, right? I think that was the
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay him that much at all, so it's like, oh, screw that. So they got
They got
Tom
Bill
Morgan,
Johnson.
Bill Johnson. Tom
Yeah.
Morgan as Bubba Sawyer, and then Bill Johnson as Leatherface.
yeah, and they got Tom Savini to do the effects.
the gore
This
effects.
one.
Yep.
Yeah. So this was the first one I saw.
Oh, really?
Yes, I actually saw this one the first time. Any
I
other.
saw the second after the original.
Uh-huh. And like, actually, I didn't go into it. Like the first time I saw Texas Chainsaw, the original, it was like after the remake and after the beginning came out. I didn't see it like that early on. I'd seen some of the other ones before, but this was the first one I saw. It's fine. Okay, I'll go first on this one because I have a huge history of this movie.
Okay.
So it's funny. I saw this movie the same week I saw John Carpenter's Village of the Damned.
Oh, yeah.
It was back in 2001 in the summer. I was going to summer school at the time.
Oh, that sucked.
Bad times. That's why I like the movie.
Those two words don't go together.
But that's why. Okay, Zach Morris.
yeah,
I got
Hey,
the reference.
you
Brother.
picked up on that.
I know, yeah, of course, but like, and that's why I like that summer school movie.
oh yeah,
I can relate. I can relate. But anyway, long story short, I really wanted to see Village of the Damned, and then I rented that on VHS, and my uncle rented this movie. I didn't plan on watching this movie. I wanted to watch Village of the Damned, and I'm not a fan of that movie. I was disappointed. But and I saw I'm not really. I like the original much better. But and then I saw this movie. I didn't expect nothing. Like I always heard Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like this was this violent film, this violent series, this crazy series. Like okay, I'm gonna check this out. And then like I remember at first I didn't like it because I didn't get the whole black comedy thing to it. But I've always liked the opening. Like the opening, the first 10 minutes with
the two yuppies.
The two yuppies.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
I love people gonna say like these guys are annoying. Honestly, I think these guys are funny.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
hysterical.
I mean,
But-
yeah, they are. I mean,
They were funny.
Yeah. Buzz and Rick the Prick.
Bright light, big titties.
Yeah. Hook 'em home, baby. Yeah. This is and then and Caroline Williams is Stretch. She's
Yeah.
she's my favorite final girl.
Juanita. Yeah.
She's my favorite final girl in this franchise.
She's great.
She's great, and I know that people with the price like, oh, she doesn't scream a lot. Like, yeah, she screams a lot, but it's justified.
So did Sally.
Yeah, so is Sally. She screamed.
Sally screamed just as much.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And Dennis Hopper, as he plays the uncle of Sally and Franklin.
Yes.
So you got that connection.
Call him Lefty.
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 Yep,
Love him as the sheriff.
Was he like a deputy or was he a
He was
sheriff?
a deputy.
He's
Yeah.
lieutenant.
A lieutenant. Well, whatever he was, he was really good in the movie, and it's sad that he hated this movie. Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
I mean, yeah, it probably just wasn't. This movie
Maybe
really.
Dennis Hopper never really did horror movies.
The thing is, the movie really didn't do well.
I don't know, man. Super Mario Brothers, I consider that a horror movie because that was horrible.
Yeah,
Well,
we
anybody would
Dennis
think that
Hopper
was
played
terrible,
King
yeah.
Koopa.
Yeah, but
Dennis
he was.
Hopper
I thought
was
even
King
though
Koopa.
he said he didn't like the movie, he still did a great job.
He did, yeah.
He was
He
great.
went fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you can tell he was
still
kind of
say,
into his character.
I
He goes-
still say my favorite Dennis Hopper role is still Speed. That's still my favorite
Yeah.
of his.
Yeah.
Speed is like no
classic.
question. I mean,
hmm
But this is in my top 5 favorite Dennis Hopper performances.
But yeah, when he goes like just all out crazy at the end, I'm bringing it all down. That's great.
And I love the part when he's like buying all the chainsaws from the store.
Oh yeah, okay. So he's buying all the chainsaws, and then the guy that works there, he's just like watching him like slice up the tree log. And he's like,
yeah.
yes, like what is
And
he
he-
cheering about?
and he buys like the smallest ones. Like he has like 2, and he's sitting there going like this, like
Like-
fucking nunchucks. And then like when he's fighting like Leatherface, the whole Leatherface fight's great. I love
Yeah.
that. Fight
Awesome
Leatherface.
fight.
Yeah.
That's a great fight.
That's something we never got to see in like the first one because there was
No.
never like a fight.
Yeah, no.
Well, that's
So
because
this
the first one was more of a psychological.
Oh,
This was more of a gory
yes, yeah. I mean,
Like
it
we
was-
never got to. I mean, we never got to see like one of the guys in the van actually like put up a fight against Leatherface.
No,
It's
I mean,
like-
because in the first one, Leatherface that comes for like a sneak attack. He was like,
Yeah, they were kind of
Something like-
traumatized by seeing the
Yeah,
family
I mean,
anyway. So
now that this guy is looking for them, he's going out for revenge. Okay, so it's funny. I'm talking about this part of the movie with Dennis Hopper, a character going out looking for Leatherface and the family
yeah,
for revenge. This movie did it way better than that other one.
Hey, new Chainsaw Master.
this
New
was
Splash.
done.
Yeah.
Take notes.
Take notes. Well, they
Jot
didn't.
down your notes.
Well, they didn't, obviously.
Take. Yeah, you're too late on taking notes. You
Yeah,
dumbass.
they
Come
had the
on,
notes.
come
They
on,
had the
come
notes,
on.
and then they threw them in the garbage.
Yeah, come on, Fetty.
Yeah, they
Fetty
lost their notes. They need to go back and retrace.
Petty
them.
Alvarez.
Come on, Fetty Alvarez. What are you thinking, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Ow.
I don't know.
And of course,
they
Fuck.
look at it's bottom
Oh.
line. They
Mhm.
cannot make movies like they used to. They
no,
can't.
no.
It seems like it just they fall short or whatever. I don't know what they're doing.
Bang my thumb.
You're right.
Fuck.
Uh-huh.
I banged my thumb.
What?
You bang your
I
thumb.
banged my thumb.
He's like, fuck.
Fuck.
Oh shit.
But this movie has my favorite characters in the franchise. Yeah. Caroline Williams, a Stretch,
Yes.
the whole family. I like Drayton, Leatherface, and Chop Top. Dude, Chop Top is Bill Moseley is underrated as an actor.
He's a legend.
Yeah, and in the
That
horror
guy can do
community.
anything.
Yes,
Oh,
he
yeah,
can.
yeah.
He can do anything.
He plays crazy
Yeah.
like it's nothing. That first scene with him, he's like at the radio station, like music is my life.
And he got in his thing. He takes his little lighter and takes
Oh,
it. And
yeah.
takes his head
Yeah,
with
he
it.
like touches
the
it,
little
like,
things
the
like that. Yeah,
little plate in his head.
What was that anyway? The Rambo 3 soundtrack?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like how
I don't
about
know, whenever he talks, I always think of like Beavis and Butt.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is So this is Radio Land, huh?
Yeah.
Me and my little brother Bubba, we listen to you all the time.
Okay,
Then you
Music,
got
yeah.
Caroline.
Quest.
Then you got Caroline Williams.
Yes.
Then you got Caroline Williams getting penetrated by Leatherface's chainsaw,
Yes.
and then Leatherface going.
Like that was one of the
Leatherface is
Another
going like
face
this.
liked her.
that was one of the parts when I first saw it. Yeah, that was one of the first parts. That's one of the things.
If you
when I
thought
first got
Jason was a pervert, look at
I know,
right?
Leatherface.
I know. Yeah, Leatherface like, okay, this is how it's done, Jason. Yeah, that's one of the parts that
Yeah,
when I first
Jason
saw
looks
it.
through the windows and watches people have sex.
Yeah, like this is one of those one of the parts when I first saw it. I didn't get like, why is this happening? Is Leatherface always like this? Yo.
It is sort of awkward. It is a little
Yeah.
awkward, but
Well, you know what though? She teases him. She's like, "How good are you? You're the best."
You hog, bitch.
Yeah. Look what you did to my Sonny Bono wig, all Leatherface.
Leatherface, you piss off.
He's like, non-flashback.
Non-flashback.
Yeah,
Gone
and
to the
then
hunt.
Yeah.
and
Like,
then he
Get that
puts
bitch, Leatherface. Get that bitch.
like, at least he didn't mess me
I
up.
will hunt.
Yeah. Like, at least he didn't mess me up. Huh? Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and she put the face up for her.
And what was the actor's name? Like, who played LG?
Oh, that was what's his
who played
name?
what? LG? That's Lou
LG.
Perryman.
Yeah, he actually was one of the.
LG.
He was one of the crew members of the original Texas
Yeah,
Chainsaw Massacre.
LG Peter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
And
a crew member.
Lou Perryman was also Pugsley in Poltergeist.
that's right.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, you're right about that. But he was
No, not Pugsley.
he was
the
a,
Addams family from the
I
Poltergeist.
know, right? I was thinking what Adam's family. Like I like his character a lot. Like he always like does this. He always spits. Even when he's at the radio station, he's like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Even at the end where he's all cut up and he's about to die, he spits again. Like, come on, darling.
build you a little fry house.
Talk about a guy who's always getting friend zoned.
He should have been called Mr. Spitz.
Yeah.
Hey, what the shit? Lick my
Yeah.
plate, dog dick.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like when Chops is like, yeah. Incoming mail. I can talk
You
about
like her? Bubba's got a girlfriend. Bubba's got a girlfriend. Bubba got a girlfriend. Bubba got a girlfriend. Bubba got a girlfriend. Ah!
Yeah. I like the part where it's like, I thought you boy said you got her. Well, Leatherface already killed her once tonight. Like she's gonna come back to life so you can kill her again. Like what the fuck?
I tell you what scene I really like is
Yeah.
I like when they're at the amusement park.
Oh yeah, the whole
That whole
finale.
that whole thing is pretty cool. Like,
Oh yeah, that set design, dude. Like they did a great job. Like
well, it was actually a real park, and they closed it down to film.
Mhm.
It was in Prairie Dell, Texas. I don't know where that is.
Yeah,
Prairie Dell.
when they used to film these movies in actual Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
Mhm.
But yeah, the
Yeah. Supposedly
Okay,
you could still go to that park.
I would actually like to visit, dude, and just scream
It's
all
called,
the time.
it's called the Matterhorn.
I want to run around and scream all the time.
It's called the Matterhorn amusement park. So
yeah,
I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I would like to visit that. But like, okay, can you guys answer me this question? Why does Drayton Sawyer misspelled sex? He always misspells it to SCEX. I don't get that.
He's
Dude.
dyslexic.
You just had to know about it, didn't you? That's a swindle. And he goes like, "It's one. You got one choice, boy. Sex to the saw. Sex is no one knows what that is, but the saw is family. Saw's family.
You know, this movie though
Again,
really didn't do that good.
I know. People didn't. It was like it got treated like
It had like a $4 million budget, and it made like $8 million at the box office.
Yeah,
somewhere
I got-
in there.
because I think they took too long to make a sequel, and people didn't get the black humor to it at the time. Like now it's become a cult classic. Like it's got a huge cult following.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this is my favorite.
And again, also want to note this that Toby Hooper also did the music.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the music's so good in this movie. The thing.
Jerry Lambert also helped.
And the gore effects, like dude, I have nothing but praise for this movie nowadays. Like this is my favorite one.
Yeah.
But I'm done. Go ahead. Any of you guys can go. Julie, go ahead. You go.
I honestly
Oh, sorry.
like really fast. I don't really
Okay.
have much to say. Like you've hit everything on the head.
With
What?
the hammer. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3.
Another
You-
fun
like,
fact about
honestly,
this- another fun fact about
Like
this movie,
this-
you know who was cut out a lot of this? Joe Bob Briggs.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what were you gonna see, Rob?
oh, I was just gonna say really quick. Like this is the true sequel. I don't
Yeah.
care
Yes.
what anybody says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the true sequel, and people, this gets overshadowed. It just seems like nowadays,
Trashed,
people,
gets shit on.
yeah, it's just I don't get it. It's
I mean, not as much as before, but like, yeah, there are still people who trash it.
That's one thing. That's one thing I don't care for part 3 is that they disregard part 2.
I know, right?
you know what I used to love part 3 more than this, but
I like
nowadays
this
I have a
more.
deeper appreciation for this more. So
Yes.
Yes.
this is my favorite. That's all I'm going to say. It's my favorite of the sequel.
It's not my
Mine too.
favorite.
It's
of the
my favorite
franchise,
too.
but it's my
Yeah.
favorite sequel.
No, that's what I meant. It's my favorite sequel.
Oh, your favorite
Oh,
sequel.
favorite
Okay.
sequel. Okay.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is my
I love the
favorite
first
sequel.
This is my favorite of
Yeah.
the whole franchise.
Well, it also was the first one that you did see. So
Maybe.
I know why.
Oh,
I know
because
why.
fucking Franklin's not in it.
Eh.
But you know what? He does make a cameo. You see a skeleton.
Oh, that's not the same.
You know what's funny about that though? Other than
The skeleton isn't annoying.
No, I know. Yeah, he doesn't talk. But like, you know what's funny about that? Other than him still being dead, he still has the same flashlight he had in the first movie. It still works. Yeah.
Yeah, this movie's great, dude.
You guys catch what I just said?
Yeah, the flashlight. Says
No, not that. Well, like, other than the flashlight, the other great thing about that cameo is that he's still dead.
yeah,
God, that's ruthless.
I know, but hey, we shouldn't have been so annoying.
that's pretty fucked up.
But you know what?
Yeah.
This movie is a black comedy, so dark humor, hey, it fits.
And dark comedies
Hunt!
are great.
I know,
Dark
yeah.
comedies are great. Evil
I
Dead
love-
2, I still love,
I love
and there's some great ones.
Drag Me to
Yeah.
Hell.
Drag Me to
Also,
Hell.
this-
That's perfect example. Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite sequels. I like this one.
Yeah. Thomas.
Yeah, what would you say is like your favorite? What would you say is your favorite part of the movie, Julie?
I liked that part where Bubba was saying, "Bubba's got a girlfriend."
Bubba's got a
girlfriend.
That's without a doubt my
He says
favorite.
that. Yeah.
That's my favorite Chop Top line. But
Yeah.
Chop Top.
Yeah, I
Oh,
like
so
that.
am I going?
That's what because Bill Mosley wrote it on the autograph.
Well, I actually got it. He asked me what he wanted me to sign, and
Okay.
I asked him, "Can you do Bubba's Got a Girlfriend?" Because that's my favorite line of his from the movie. I mean, I could have gotten to sign so many things like "You messed up my Sonny Bono wig" or "Dog Will Hunt" or "You
Like
Hawk,"
my dog play, you
like
dick.
my dog dick. Or I could have said like "Incoming mail."
Yeah. And a
But-
1 and a 2 and a 3. There's so many great lines to Chop Top.
Oh, there's Chop Top that definitely has the best.
When he
line.
imitates the Drain, like, oh, you're gonna run and then he actually does it really good.
Chop Top is probably one of the most. He's probably one of those well-known characters in the series.
Yes.
I mean, other than Leatherface.
Pretty much Bill Mosley's big breakout role.
Because
I mean, if you go through the series, what other characters besides Leatherface and like what other characters stand out?
Chop Top.
I mean, Chop Top. But you just think of
I know
Chop Top.
I know one, but we'll get to him in part 4.
Well,
Matthew
Matthew.
McConaughey.
All right.
All right.
It ain't no fucking biggie.
But in a totally different way, though.
I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah,
the
when
majority of
Leatherface.
people hate that film, Alex. So it's okay. Majority.
No, I know. Though he's the only good part about it.
He's the
How
best
about
actor in the movie. He's the best actor in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about the part where Leatherface makes that face for her and she's like freaking out over it?
Oh yeah, and he's like,
He wants her to have it and she doesn't.
yeah,
uh-uh.
so she can be Mrs.
Yeah.
Leatherface.
What
Yeah.
about the long chainsaw? That chainsaw is huge. The
Yeah.
long one. Holy crap.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was excited.
Yeah. he got hard. Yeah.
You see what he did when he got mad? It ended really quickly. He's like, "Ugh." It was the first time.
And the whole final battle between Stretch and Chop Top,
Oh yeah, dude, that's crazy.
and she
Yeah.
just goes nuts on him.
At the top of the tower.
Yeah,
Mhm.
kind of ends in a very similar fashion to the original.
I remember in the VHS version, that final shot where she's in right there with the chainsaw. There was like a truck going by. I don't know if you guys remember that, like in the background.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not in the DVD version. Like it's even cut off. Like, oh,
Well,
I
this
don't like
this
that.
picture you have up here, the cover art.
Yes,
I remember going to the video store and renting this.
yes, I did me too.
remember grabbing the case, turning it over. I'm like, man, this is awesome. Yeah,
And
good old days.
a lot of people still don't realize it, but that is a spoof on the Breakfast Club poster.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
And I'm like, but at the time I didn't know, man.
Yeah.
You look at it like it's the same pose, like
Yep.
this.
Yep.
It's like the Leatherface and the family here saying don't forget
Le-
about us. Don't
Yeah.
forget about me.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, what's up?
Sean
Hershey.
Erson in the
Sean.
house.
Sean
From the horror
Hershey.
corner.
From the horror
Hey.
corner.
Sean.
We're talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mel.
What's that?
My
Mel.
Amazon Mail Day came today for me.
What's in it?
I got a Phantom of the Ball, Eric's Revenge from
Is it a
Arrow.
chainsaw?
If it is, it's an awful small chainsaw.
I know, right?
What's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on, son?
Hey, the size does not matter. Okay, it's how you use
Yes,
it.
it does.
Yeah.
It's how you use it.
Yeah. How and where you use it.
You're asking the wrong person. Stop it.
Can I just say what this movie for me opens up with a bang?
Yes.
The
No,
one of
well, no, it opens up with a buzz.
I see what you did there.
Yes.
This is
That was
for
a knee
Rick the
slapper.
Prick. He wants to hear it. Bright
What?
light, big titties. No, wrong. I want to see it. Bright light, big titties. Woo!
Okay, here's the thing. Like, I'm not a radio station expert. Okay, I'm not a radio station expert, but like, why can't she hang up on them?
Did I just break Rob?
Julie's
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
Bright
that's the line-
light,
Oh,
big
God.
titties.
Well, what's the line from the movie, Julie? Yeah, like.
Julie's like, no.
Mhm,
That's one of the best lines in the movie.
mhm.
What's actually funny is, like, speaking of those two yuppie characters, they're actually interviewed on the Blu-ray.
Oh yeah. So what did they say in the Blu-ray? Because I've always been curious. Like, what the hell did? Hang up, Lamos. Go call your mother.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good cover. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love the Breakfast Club parody.
Great.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, why can't she hang up on them?
She could have.
But she said that they have to hang
Yeah.
up.
I'm about to
They
say
have
that
to hang up.
like radio stations, like the host can't hang up, like the callers have.
I thought they could.
Yeah.
I always thought they
Well,
could.
they can
Doesn't make any
Well,
sense.
yeah, they can turn the call off if they want
Yeah.
to. They can
Yeah, 'cause-
stop the call.
But I think maybe that's just a way to like so she can hear them getting killed and
I
have
mean,
it recorded.
either you're on the air or you're not. So
Yeah, but they weren't on the air. Like they were playing music and they were
right,
talking
but
just to
when
her,
they're playing music, yeah. But when you play music on the air, done by a switch. So
yeah. But that's cool, though. Like, imagine, like, you're just playing music all day and you're just having fun. Until these yuppies call you and troll you.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cody Ray.
Hey,
Cody's
what's up,
here.
Cody?
Hey, Cody.
What's up,
Mhm.
Cody?
Here's the thing, like that truck that Chop Top drives when Leatherface is killing those guys, like it makes that horn sound effect. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I've been obsessed with that sound effect ever since. Just the way it sounds, like when they're playing chicken with it, like, hey, let's put chicken with the farmer boy here. Every time another thing, soundtrack's great in this movie.
Yes.
It is.
I
Yeah.
love the songs in
Soundtrack
this
is
movie.
good.
Yeah, this
Not
is
just
another good
Not
one.
just the score, but like the songs in the movie are great.
One of the other things too I really like about part two is like with the opening crawl.
Yeah.
What I love, like one of the best lines that they use in the opening crawl is that Sally escaped out a window out of hell.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool line.
Yeah. One of the
granted,
boys-
it's not John
Wow, so I
Larroquette doing
don't
the
have
opening
any-
narration.
hell, he's exactly what they raised. Yeah, it's a great line from Dennis Hopper. Left.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
even though it wasn't John Larroquette doing the opening narration, I still like the guy they got for the.
Yeah, the
opening.
guy who they got to replace him, he did a good job narrating.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Much better than whoever was in 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The part 4 one is
well-
like August 18th, 1973.
It was the way they talked. It's like,
So,
What are you gonna say, Rob?
do you prefer Sally or Stretch?
I prefer Stretch.
See, I prefer Sally, but I like Stretch though.
Wow, like between Stretch and Sally, wow.
They're different. They're totally different. But
Yeah, they are.
I'd say for me, I like Sally the best.
yeah, I vote for Sally.
But for me though, like
I just feel like-
I love both for different reasons.
I just feel like
Yeah, 'cause
Stretch
they're
was.
different.
I just feel
Different
like Stretch was more of a fighter. in
well,
comparison-
yeah.
in
Stretch
comparison.
was but she wasn't afraid. Even though people say she screamed too much, she still wasn't afraid to like do her thing.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
You
Oh,
know?
she fucked up Chop Top.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Mhm.
Did
Did you think her and Leatherface could have had a good relationship?
Probably.
She should. She should have given him a chance. I mean, poor.
if Leatherface would put down the damn chainsaw,
I know, right?
just
You know what? Though?
put it
Yeah,
down.
5 minutes.
at least he got to kiss her. You know.
Wow,
Yeah,
so
I guess so.
Oh, dude, he probably smells bad. You know.
Oh yeah, he smells like roses, man, out
Yeah,
there on the farm
Hey,
and
hey,
in
hey,
an amusement park.
You know he don't brush his teeth, okay?
Yeah, it probably would smell like honeysuckles, not roses.
Yeah. John Ocean agrees with me.
Yeah, rotten
pretty much.
honeysuckle roses.
Yeah. Cody Ray says Stretch is great, but Sally's phenomenal on her role. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
They're both great.
Yeah, hey, I mean, they're like I said, they're both phenomenal in their own way.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but again, they're the two most recognized characters in the whole freaking series.
That's true.
Like, you know,
Oh yeah, the skeleton here, the one that's laying down in the poster, that's Nubbins. That's the hitchhiker.
Nubbins,
He's
yeah.
great. Yeah. I like how like Chopper was like tie him up and like running around with him like making little voices. Annoying Drayden. You know. Oh yeah.
Me too.
Speaking of Drayden,
I'm guilty of that too, Cody.
Speaking of Drayton, like he's like a winner of a chili contest, and like that lady's eating his chili, and she's like, "Oh, stuff peppercorn." It's
Boy,
on his toenail.
Boy, I touch his barbecue or his chili. Hell no.
No. But like you said, man, don't skimp on the meat. That's the secret ingredient.
Where's
Yeah.
the beef?
Like I said, go beat the meat at the meat.
Yeah. Oh, you know what though? Even though this movie is not as scary as the original,
No,
It's not. It's not.
It's not. It's just more
No.
fun.
it's more of an entertaining movie.
Yeah. But
Black
that
comedy.
one scene where those guys are driving the bridge and then Leatherface jumps up out of the truck, that actually made me jump the first time I saw it.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
I was like, I was
But
like,
that fight is legendary, though. The fight at the end is
Yeah, at the
legendary.
end, yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
really love it.
I'm the Lord of the Harvest. What is that?
I could honestly
Well,
just watch that and just be
Alex,
like, hell yeah.
he blocked his Love Face XYZ thing.
Oh yeah, he's a troll. Get out of here,
Well,
you're a troll.
Is it just
You're
a
troll.
bot?
You're a
Yeah.
troll. Yep, but you're a troll. You're banned.
Rob, that was literally the same person.
There it goes again.
Oh, Lovelace,
Come
I
on.
love you. Get off.
You're back. I already blocked this person.
How do you? There.
You're off. You're out of here. Get the fuck out. Okay.
I think literally they were doing. I think they did that for
The same thing. Yeah.
They
You've
do
been
that a lot. They do.
Yeah.
I've had like.
you've been
shit like that.
chainsawed. You've been chainsawed out of here.
You've been hacked.
But yeah. Do I can go on and on about this movie? You guys have any more thoughts? Go ahead.
No, there's not really
No.
much to say.
Yeah,
like
I
it.
like this one.
I adore this movie.
Yeah.
The first, I agree with what Horror Mania 666 said in the very beginning. He said his favorites are the original and part 2.
My favorites are basically 1, 2, and 3. I like 1, 2, and 3.
My total
Mine's-
favorite, my favorites of all of them, like out of all the films, are the original part 2, Leatherface
Well,
part 3.
Mine's
and,
are
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking about the first 4. Like I
The first 4, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like 3 is underrated. Criminally.
Yes.
Criminally underrated.
Yeah, I like 1 through 3.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say this about the first 4. There's always that one character that stands out, and it's never Leatherface. It's not.
Oh,
In the first movie, to me, it was either a toss up between the cook and the hitchhiker, and this one's Chop Top, and the third one we'll get to it. So that's my final thoughts on Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah,
I really enjoy it.
And Alex, hopefully one day you'll finally get the Blu-ray at some point.
I want the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Come on, someone hook me up with the Blu-ray, okay?
You know what's kind of funny?
The Scream Factory Blu-ray.
I found this used at FYE for $10.
Oh, the Scream Factory one?
That's a damn steal there.
Because I found this used and it was like all wrapped up. And what's kind of funny it
was a good condition though, right?
Yeah, it was the perfect condition. But you know what's kind of funny though? I can tell it was used because when I pulled out the slip cover,
it fell.
Someone already had the reversible artwork on it.
Ah.
Yeah, because they don't come like that. You have to change them.
Yeah, so someone must have already changed it before I bought it. But it was used for $10.
Well, he just did the work for you. There you go.
And this thing is in perfect condition too, and I'm glad I got
$10 for that is a steal. That is like, yeah.
Yep. All right.
We have another one, Buzz Aldrin.
Got to Stinky Tuna for what? Oh, go to Stinky Tuna for a while.
Are they trying to say that the new one sucks?
Yes, no, Stinky Tuna. Yeah, that's a site. They have
Netflix Blu-rays. Yeah,
they have Blu-rays and stuff there.
Yeah. The part 2 is the most quotable one.
Yeah, definitely.
It is. Yeah.
Hell, look at all the quotes that we just spat out talking about part 2. Like that's how memorable it is.
Yeah.
You boys are gonna be the death of me. Jim said
your crotch.
To me, it was a huge. I think not having Jim Seed out and the rest of the series, it's like you lost a lot. You lost a lot of the charm. I think, in my opinion.
Gonna leave.
She's gonna quit on the very first day.
You knew what was coming, Julia, when you joined the Movie Busters.
You know how we are.
Yeah, I know.
Don't hold back on anything.
Yeah, but four years later,
and Sean, Cody, and all that stuff. I want to show you guys this,
dude. I love this cover. I freaking love this cover.
Yes,
it's like Leatherface is like a silhouette, and then the chainsaw is the front runner.
Must be one of the hard shell peppercorns. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. Thanks for commenting, guys, and like the stream. Thank you. And
yeah, everybody with that Love Face XYZ shit.
So subscribe if you haven't, by the way, and like the stream. Share it in all your horror groups.
This is the first. Yes. Now we have the movie in a subtitle. Now the subtitle is the
Leatherface.
This one family.
This one was the first one by New Line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Luna.
I will say though,
I can't even say it. New Line Cinema bought the rights for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So at this point in time, they had the rights to Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I will say,
I think too, they got the rights to this because I think they wanted to make this a franchise.
Yes, they wanted to make
it. Elm Street 5
at least they still called this Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 though. I mean, at least they still call it that.
Yeah. So like they wanted to kind of make it more like the original, like a little more serious.
Right.
Yeah.
More
you can kind of say this is kind of a remake of the first movie again.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's almost like a I don't know. It's like loose.
It's like a loose remake.
It's like a loose. Yeah. It follows, but it don't.
Okay. Julie went first in the first one. I went first in the second one. So, who wants to go first? Robert, Thomas.
Thomas, go ahead. You can go ahead.
Well, first off, I want to say that to all you guys out there, I do have the work print version, which actually adds a lot of shit back in there that was in the original cut. Now, like a lot of the gore is put back in.
So just don't get the hate for the hits.
Like, the work print version, basically there's, of course, like in the work print version, the Ken Foree doesn't make it in the work print version, of course.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the gore is put back in, like Viggo Mortensen's death's more graphic, and a lot of the other stuff is more graphic.
William Butler's death scene too, right?
Yeah, William Butler's is more graphic in this one, so they put back a lot of the stuff. So I was
That's a good cast. I mean,
and the alternate ending is actually put into the work print version as well. So this is a really cool addition to have. So I figured I would showcase you. I got this at a Monster Mania convention a few years ago from a VHS PS that stand. They have a lot of goodies over there for like VHS burned DVDRs. But part 3 for me, I always thought was the most underrated. I want to say part 2 was the most underrated, but I feel like everybody knows about part 2.
Yeah, people don't talk about this one that much.
This one, I feel like this one's hugely underrated. It's
I do think part 3 is
this is the Jaws 2 of the franchise.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Or the Rocky 2 of the franchise. Right.
Now part 3
we'll talk about this one.
What's actually funny for part 3, my con that's coming up in a couple weeks, I'll be meeting 3 of the people from the Leatherface part 3, so that's gonna be fun to do.
You're meaning Viggo Mortensen? That's all.
I wish.
Oh, dude, I'd love to meet him.
But I'm gonna get it's gonna be Jennifer.
He's a critical acclaim actor now.
So the people that are gonna be there, Kate Hodge canceled, so they had to replace her with someone else. They replaced her with Jennifer Banco, but I'm gonna get her for Friday.
The little girl.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get her for Friday the 13th. I'm gonna meet R.A. Mihailoff.
I hate you, Daddy. I wish you were dead.
I'm gonna get R.A. Mihailoff again.
Watch a Friday the 13th in the show, by the way.
But I am gonna get whatchamacallit to sign this for me.
Fuzz Aldrin asked, better chainsaw scene, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 dancing ending scene or Mandy chainsaw fight? Mandy had a pretty good chainsaw fight.
You can't beat the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'd go with
sorry, Nick Cage fans.
Mandy was all right.
It wasn't
my thing. It was all right.
It wasn't my thing. Yeah.
But I will be getting one person to sign my work print version. I'm going to get Tony Hudson, who played Sarah.
Yeah.
And hey, scumbag, over here. That girl. But
it's hard to find.
Part 3 is, I think it's the most underrated. Now, first off, this cast has a cool cast. I will say this has a really cool cast. Yeah.
Okay.
Really
I'm sorry. We didn't really get into the part in part 2, but like, did you guys like the Bill Johnson version of Leatherface? I mean, just like not trying to compare it to Gunnar Hansen, but like,
I mean, you can tell he had similarities.
I think Bill Johnson does a good job.
He had similarities to Gunnar. I mean,
but I still think Gunnar though is the more superior one.
Yeah.
No, this one you got R.A. Mihailoff.
Yeah, he did good.
I've met him. I've met R.A. Mihailoff before. I'm gonna meet him again. He's a real big, tall guy, but he's really nice.
You gotta meet. Oh well, you can't meet all the Leatherfaces now because.
But you got in this movie. You got a whole bunch of Sawyers in this. I mean, you got Tex, you got Tink, you got Alfredo,
you got Mama.
See, the thing, Alfredo is never with the family. So is he part of the family or is he just helping? That's the thing that kind of confused me.
I don't know. Tom Everett played him. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Joe Unger played Tinker.
Yeah.
Joe Unger was Sergeant Garcia in the original Elm Street.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's Joe Unger. Yeah, that was the Tinker in this movie.
Okay. Caroline Williams is also uncredited.
She makes a cameo.
Yeah,
as a TV reporter. Yep.
Yeah, but this is Noise too, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a new guy in here. Let's go, Brando.
Let's go. Who?
That's his name.
Let's go, Brando.
TCM3. Leatherface looks like someone left DD Ramon out in the sun too long.
It's
a different look.
Yeah, Ramon's a member of the Ramones band.
Yeah. It's a different look. Yeah.
But now, part 3, the cast. Like, I really do enjoy Kate Hodge as the lead.
Yeah, she's good.
But do I like her more? Do I like her better than Stretch and Sally? No.
Nah, she's nowhere near them.
No. But I still think Kate Hodge still does a good job. As Michelle, I think she does a good job.
See, dude, I don't remember her name. I just Kate Hodge. Yeah.
And then William Butler, who was in Friday
Butler's Ryan.
As Ryan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is cool to see him, because what's kind of cool is like him and Jennifer Banco were in Friday the 13th Part 7 together.
Yes.
Because
and then, spoiler alert, she's the one that kills him. On this one.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
This is for Jason. Ryan franchise.
All right, now let me ask you now. R.A. Mihailoff as Leatherface in this one.
I like them.
I like him as well. I
Yeah, he's great.
really like R.A. Mihailoff as Leatherface. Like Leatherface in this one, like kind of like I this was the most butchered cut movie by
Yes.
the FDA. Had an X rating, and The House is also in the Devil's Rejects. That's right. Yeah,
That's true.
It had an extra, and then it was like NC-17, and then it like changed again.
that's why I'm really glad to have.
This was back in the time that horror movies were being cut a lot.
Well, there's a lot of problems.
Now, I will
I'll be
say
right back. I gotta get some water.
my two favorite characters in the movie are Viggo Mortensen as Tex, and my favorite character in the whole movie is hands down Ken Foree as Benny.
Ken Foree is great no matter what he's in.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ken Foree as Benny, the survivalist guy. I love Benny in this movie. I think Benny is a badass.
I mean, I fell in love with Ken Foree in Dawn of the Dead. That was the
Yes.
first movie I ever saw him in. And ever since then, I watched I try to watch like everything he's done.
And I love Ken Foree and Keenan and Kel.
Yeah, and that's another person I wanted to meet. For the longest time.
Oh, Ken Foree.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to meet Ken Foree as well. Ken Foree has been in so many things; it's unbelievable.
Yeah, like the Halloween remake and like
Leatherface Part 3.
Devil's
Rejects. Devil's Rejects. He was in. Well, he was in The Dentist.
Dentist, yes.
He was in The Dentist as the cop, and he was also in Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge, as a security guard.
Mm.
Oh, that's right.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Ken Foree as Benny easily.
I guess he don't like us talking about Ken Foree. Sorry, Chloe.
Is Chloe not a fan of the Keenan and Kel show?
Don't say the word Ken Foree because she don't like it.
I really like.
Ken Foree was Keenan's dad. Remember, he's Keenan's dad.
Yeah, I love Ken Foree. He's without a doubt the best part of the movie as Benny, the survivalist. Like easily the best part for me in the movie for me personally.
Yeah,
The heroes. Yeah,
Michelle is nailed to the chair.
Horror Mania. Yeah, the Excalibur chainsaw is cool.
And that's the thing too. And one thing I really like Jennifer Banco as the little girl.
Have you mentioned who else played Leatherface in this movie, other than R.A. Mihailoff?
Oh,
who did the stunts?
Kane Hodder.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Kane Hodder. Yep.
Kane Hodder played Leatherface.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Jason
I forgot about that.
Himself. Yeah. He was the stunt coordinator.
Now, the family in this one, I think it's the most underrated family.
I honestly don't think they're that great, to be honest.
They're not. I think the family is a little forgettable, but
other than Tex,
he's all right.
I mean, Tex is the best.
I mean, the only reason, like, he's memorable because of Viggo Mortensen playing him.
Well, yeah, I mean, Viggo Mortensen well before like Lord of the Rings and.
Dude, this might be a controversial thing to say. I think the family in Part 4 are more memorable.
Yeah.
Well, because
they're so over the top, though.
Yeah, because they're so bad.
Well, Part 4. Because like Part 4, you have Vilmer, you have Darla, you have W.E.
I mean, look at Chop Top. He was over the top.
I know.
That's what people remember him. So
yeah,
this family's not as over the top.
No, it's not. It's more. It's a different tone in a way.
Horror Mania said there's a real mystery though. Who plays Leatherface in the trailer? It wasn't the Kane Hodder or R.A.
I always thought it was Kane Hodder.
Apparently, said it's not Kane Hodder or R.A. Mihailoff.
Yeah, that teaser trailer is amazing.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know. That's
even though lightning strikes the chainsaw, that's a little ridiculous, but that's still awesome.
It's kind of like it reminds me of Part 6. Jason Lives in a way.
Yeah,
Leatherface Lives.
Because when the lightning strikes the grave.
This movie should be called Leatherface Lives.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like
they all died at the end of Part 2. To be honest.
Yeah, they all.
I feel like hardly anybody watches this movie. Like honestly, this feels like Jaws 2 to me.
I said
it did in a way.
Yeah, Jim Seattle not being in it was a huge loss.
And he brought something.
You know what would have been cool is that like in 3D, like if Jim Seadow was still alive, they could have got him as the cook.
Yeah,
But
He brought
unfortunately,
something to the table.
They wanted him. He didn't want to do anymore after 2. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe the fact that it wasn't Toby Hooper, he didn't want to do it.
Maybe he ran out of barbecue. I don't know.
I think that's the only. I think that's the reason why he did part 2 because at least Toby Hooper was doing
Right.
directing that.
But part 3, I still think part 3 has a lot of stuff going for it because I really like Ari Mahaloff as Leatherface. I really like I really like the look of him. It's a different kind of look for Leatherface, but I like it. Now, the Chop Top was supposed to be in as what would be Alfredo.
That would have been awesome.
Could you imagine Chop Top being in this?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Chop Top would have fit in this tone of the movie. It would.
I'll tell you what, though. You know what would be really cool? Like, imagine Benny against Chop Top.
Oh yeah.
That'd be fucking cool. Ken Forey against Bill Moseley.
I'm pretty sure. And they worked together in Devil Rejects.
And Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah. They're part of Rob Zombie's crew.
Yeah. Now, I will say the one thing in the movie that doesn't make any sense, and of course, this is the whole thing with the work print version.
The ending. Yeah.
And the ending and all that stuff is that at the very end, when Ken Forey is fighting off Leatherface in the pond, and he gets the chainsaw right to the head.
Yeah.
And then it's like the next day,
Killing that
by herself, and then there's this car pulls up, and it's like, oh my, no, it's okay, it's me. I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be fucking dead.
I know, yeah. It was just a paper cut.
And apparently they screened the work print version where Benny dies, and people got pissed.
Yeah, because
they like Ken Forey, so they reshot the ending. So of course the ending doesn't make a whole lot of sense in the cut that's like on DVD everywhere on the Blu-ray is like he has like a little cut on his head right here. I'm like, dude, you got fucking split down the middle. You're supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
But but Benny was a badass character, so I guess I'll let that slide. But it's so stupid though that he's still alive. But and then that's where you get my favorite line from Kate Hodges' character Michelle when Joe Unger shows up again, Tinker.
Yeah.
She has the shotgun on him. Pretty goddamn good, you backwoods motherfucker. And just blows him away with a shotgun.
You ho-dunk, po-dunk, well then there, motherfucker.
All you gotta do is give me the goddamn
I thought that character was... I thought that one's is Alfredo. Am I wrong? The one that attacks him at the end?
Oh, God.
No, Alfredo's the peeping Tom, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you blocked. Fuck.
Oh, no, wait a minute. No, Jonger the Tinker got his ear blown off. That's right. When Benny was shooting up the house, I think Joe Unger Tinker with the hook hand got his ear blown off, I think. So I think that was Alfredo at the very end. That was
Yeah, the one that talks so funny. Do I know you?
Come on, it's Armageddon. When
you know what? This movie only had like $1 million more of a budget than the last one.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God, was there more?
And that's all I blocked. And and didn't do as well either.
Loveface, get the hell out of here! Quit telling me to go jerk off on a site.
Loveface, just go website to jerk off.
Yeah. Why don't you get the fuck out of here?
Go have Leatherface penetrate your vagina. All right.
Yeah, part 3. Now, I like the family in part 3. Like, granted, nowhere near as good as the family in the first 2 films. I will say, nowhere near as good.
Not even close.
Not as memorable as Top. Not as memorable as Grandpa.
It's a good family. It's not as Not as
I'm just saying, like, it's nowhere near as memorable as the Hitchhiker, the Cook, and Chop Top.
No.
Like, but I still think this one has some good family members in it. I really like Alfredo and Tinker, and I like Tex.
I think the cast really helps. I mean,
yeah, the cast does help because I really like. And Kate Hodge was also really good in Rapid Fire with Brandon Lee.
I mean, one of my favorite Viggo Mortensen films is History of Violence. I love that.
History of Violence. Yeah, that's a good one. That's who directed that, Rob? David Cronenberg.
Yeah.
David Cronenberg did that. Yep. And then Viggo Mortensen, besides like Lord of the Rings and History of Violence, went on to do like a lot of other things too.
The Road, that's a good one.
The Road.
Yeah.
And Viggo Mortensen got to work with, and Viggo Mortensen was also in Boiling Point with Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. That's right.
I forgot about that. He was, and Dennis Hopper was also in Boiling Point, for God's sake. And we were just talking about Dennis Hopper.
It's a
Yeah, 'cause I
multiverse.
forgot that Dennis Hopper and Viggo Mortensen were the villains in Boiling Point.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, and that's what Christine Elise was telling me about Viggo. She was telling me a lot of Viggo Mortensen stories about Boiling Point and all that stuff when I met her.
There
Oh
they are.
God! Son
Really?
of a! Get out of here! Damn it!
Oh,
Yeah, I blocked them.
Yeah, keep blocking them, please.
Yeah.
So that way they're not a
of
distraction.
course, they must not.
See Horror Mania's reaction. He's like, dude, what the fuck?
I know what we never had this problem before on a stream.
Like it happened to us once and it never happened again. This is like 4 separate times that it's going on.
I probably someone who's a fan of the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Probably.
like what
they
that
want to be
was.
part of it. Yeah.
They didn't
Yeah,
like what we said.
But I will say part 3 with the thing that really stands out the most is the cast, because I like Kate Hodge, William Butler, Ken Foree, Viggo Mortensen, Joe Unger, Jennifer Banco. I like Ari Mihailoff. When there are gory moments, there are gory moments. Like I love the fight between Benny and Tex, and I like that line. What do they say about pizza or something like that? Like, what do you like on your?
What do you want from us? We're just hungry. Want you ever hear pizza?
That's my favorite. That's my favorite scene is between Benny and Tex.
And then Benny
Yeah.
just fucks him up so bad.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
explosion and
Yeah, that was a good one.
yeah, I like that right there.
You're dead, you fuck. Whatever he says.
And I really like the little girl. Yakety yak, don't talk back.
Hey,
Yeah.
they took his pizza advice a little too literally in the next one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they made Leatherface a bitch in part 4.
Uh-huh.
This movie was shot, I think, in California.
Yep, California.
That's right.
That's where you see the hills and the
So
background.
that in itself is different from the other two.
And
It
Julie,
kind of starts up as a road trip movie.
that's where Alex was originally from, California.
Yep, California. And it started up as a road trip movie. No, never mind. It was 1990. So
Yeah.
So the All American Reject song Move Along
Shut up.
Wasn't made yet.
Shut up.
Hey, you know what? It should have been in the. That's what the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie needed. They needed to move along.
Well, why don't you just replay that scene and then play the song during it? There you go.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't save the movie, but
Oh God.
at least it's this one part. But go ahead.
It was shot next to a theme park, and they heard
Yeah.
on the set.
This is the first one that was filmed outside of Texas, which
Yes.
you could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
To
they're
me, it kinda
traveling
loses a
from.
bit.
I think what are they traveling from Texas to Florida?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what
Yeah. I think it was a road trip.
I
From
think
Texas.
it was. Yeah.
Definitely look like more.
when
They
they shoot
look like city people, definitely.
I like
Yeah.
when they shoot on location. Whenever they shoot on location, it's always
Much better.
cool. Yeah.
Much better. Yeah. But then again, Halloween, the original, it's supposed to be Illinois, but they filmed it in California. Just saying.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
a-
they lied.
well, they actually covered it up as the best they could. So
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
you still see the palm trees.
Like Arnold
Yeah, you
Schwarzenegger.
can still-
Mr.
yeah.
Freeze.
Yeah. They stand out.
What did Arnold
And-
Schwarzenegger said?
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Mr. Freeze. You lie!
Yeah,
You lie!
that's for budget reasons.
The California, Bulgaria, Louisiana massacre.
A little more accurate.
That's pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leatherface Part 3 is underrated. Like I don't know much more I can say about it, to be fair. So I think it's the last good one of the original films.
Okay, Rob.
I don't really have much to say other than I didn't see
favorite?
this movie. Let's see. I saw 1 and 2 before this.
Yeah, me too.
I actually didn't see this movie until actually after the first remake.
Oh,
Because I was late on this movie. I had seen 4, but like I said, for some reason, it's like this one always flew under my radar.
Yeah, same here.
And I didn't watch it until a little bit later, like I said. But honestly, this movie doesn't get talked about enough. I don't think many people watch it as much as if you're a hard time or hardcore horror fan, then obviously you'll be familiar with it. But I consider myself a hardcore horror fan, and I didn't even see it until, like I said, later. But whatever,
because it's hard to find. Like
it is hard to find. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember this one being in video stores really all that much.
Well, I remember it being. I just didn't. I don't know why
I just never rented it. Yeah.
I think the part 4 was more appealing. Like even like the cover, it was just
Yeah.
with the lipstick, and I'm just like, huh.
Oh yeah.
You turn it around, you see Matthew McConaughey. I'm like, oh okay. But no, I agree with everything Thomas said. Like this, I feel this one's underrated. I love the cast. I love like the look of Leatherface. His portrayal. He's different from Gunnar Hansen. And it is bloodier than the other two. And yeah, I mean it's good. I feel like when it comes to the series, for me, I would go first one my favorite, second one is my favorite sequel, and then this one obviously comes third. It just goes in line for me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much to say about it other than it's just underrated. So
now, one thing I didn't touch on before we get to the other to Julie and Alex is like the one thing that doesn't make any sense in the opening title crawl for part 3. They said that none of the family members were apprehended, yet they said they caught the cook. No, wait a minute. I said no. They say that in part 4. Never mind.
Yeah, okay.
Because part 3, the one thing I don't like about the opening title crawl in part 3 is how they completely disregard part 2.
Yeah.
Which I really don't like that because I think part 2 is the true sequel.
And then every other sequel after.
What did you think of the music though?
That was okay.
I will say the guy that does the opening.
The music was okay.
Jim Manzi did the music.
Yeah, the music was okay.
The guy that does the opening narration was nowhere near as good as John Larroquette or the guy in part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's better than the guy in part 4. That's for sure. Now, the one thing, because like in part 3, we'll get to this when we get to part 4, but like part 3, it literally says in the opening title crawl in part 3, they caught the cook and they put him in the electric chair.
Yeah.
And then, but part 4, they
said that the Leatherface never existed and it was probably a multiple.
Yeah, part 4 literally says. Part 4 literally says none of the
part 3. They say part 3. The narration says like, oh, they thought the cook did everything, and that was it. They're using the other one. That was
I got mine. I got my copy, Cody, at I got mine at like a disc replay. It's a place where you take like old games and old movie or like movies and trade them in for credit. And I remember looking in the horror section, and they had Texas Chainsaw 2, 3, and 4 on DVD, and I just went ahead and bought them. They were like $3 each, and I'm like, hell yeah! So that's how I got mine.
I remember Leatherface part 4. No, Horror Mania part 3. They say WE died in part 3.
No, WE is the character from part 4.
Yeah.
No, they call him W.E. Sawyer in the opening crawl for part 3. They said he was in the gas chamber.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But part 4, they say none of the family members were ever apprehended. That's not true. Part 3 said they caught the cook.
Because 4 ignores 3.
And then part 4 says, well, there were 2 minor incidents.
Yeah, no.
I guess part 2 and 3, like minor incidents?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I would call them minor.
No.
Like minor incidents. I'm sorry. Bright light, big titties, and chop chop is not minor.
Minor? Steve Minor?
Oh, God.
Yeah, and Cody, right to answer your question, when I first bought Leatherface Part 3, which was the standard DVD that had the unrated cut and the theatrical cut, was actually at FYE.
Video stores were the shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Remember those?
I have an FYE over here that has a lot of
good stuff. I don't really, the store's okay. It's just, I think I happened to be lucky walking in there that day and seeing those because I've been there a couple times and there's just nothing there.
Because no one wanted to buy Part 4.
Once in a while, you might find some good stuff. Like I have more. Hell, I have more look at my Goodwill. My Goodwill has all this out of print stuff. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of my FYE things had out of print stuff.
Maybe I should go to Goodwill to see if they have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 Scream Factory.
Dude, go to Goodwill. You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Honestly, you will.
Okay. Julie, go ahead. What are your thoughts on part 3, Leatherface?
Yeah, give us your thoughts on what you thought.
Leatherface.
Of
Leatherface.
I liked part 3. I thought it was good. Leatherface, I liked his looks and everything. And I liked some of the kills in there. And
What would you say is like? What would you say was like your favorite kill of the movie?
I don't know, really. But
Now, were you familiar with Viggo Mortensen from like Lord of the Rings and?
I watched the Lord of the Rings, but I wasn't real crazy about them.
Yeah, me neither.
I didn't watch all of them.
But it was just kind of cool.
I'm
to,
the
like,
only one
see-
who's a fan.
But it was just really cool to see like Viggo Mortensen well before Lord of the Rings.
I don't care about hobbits.
And wasn't Viggo Mortensen in the Hobbit movies or?
Hey,
No, he
be
wasn't.
quiet.
No, he wasn't. He was only in the original trilogy, right? Oh, whatever.
Be
Think so.
quiet.
No,
But yeah, this part
I will
was
not
good.
be quiet.
Now, Julie, let me ask you this though. What would you say like now? What did you think of like Michelle, like Kate Hodge? Did you like her better than Sally or?
I
Strauss?
agree. I was more of a Harry Potter guy.
Yeah, I kind of
Oh,
liked her.
fuck Harry Potter.
She was okay, but not as good as Sally.
Harry Potter.
Right.
Harry.
Yeah.
Harry Pothead.
Harry.
Harry Pothead, yeah.
Harry Potter.
Scary movie,
Yeah.
scary movie
Yeah,
joke.
me too. So what were you saying, Julie?
I was just telling Thomas that I liked Sally over this one in part 3.
Yeah, she was saying that she likes Sally and
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say? Like, now, did you have any flaws with the movie, Julie? Or did you find anything they were just like, eh?
There was some parts that they probably could have done without, and some
Like
parts.
which ones?
I don't remember right offhand, but yeah, there was some that they could have done without, and some they did okay on.
It's your first viewing. Yeah,
Is
it's
it the
part.
headphone scene?
Yeah, the
Oh, with the
headphones
Walkman
thing.
scene.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Oh.
mother, fucking.
And then what was it like? Joe Unger as the
Dude, I
tinker.
think it's
threw
just
it in the
multiple
oven?
accounts.
Yeah. They pretty much summed it up, you know.
And then it's
It
like,
just
yeah,
went
like
up.
What the shit?
You don't
threw-
stop, bro.
he
Strip
threw,
without
like-
clothing.
Here we go again.
He threw like the Walkman in
God,
the
man.
oven, and then Leatherface got pissed.
Yeah,
Okay,
then
Okay,
Leatherface
whoever
goes and grabs
is
it and kind of
trolling.
rubs his hand
Okay,
right
sorry,
there.
sorry, Julie. Whoever's trolling the chat, get a fucking life.
Really?
We're just gonna keep taking you off, so it's not. No, there's no point.
I just want to keep seeing Horror Mania 606 reactions to all this shit. His first reaction to it was hilarious as shit.
But yeah, I pretty much agree with y'all on this. It was kind of underrated.
Now,
Well,
Horror
thanks,
Mania,
well, you know what? Thanks for the views, though.
yeah, thank you though.
Yeah, that's what they're
Now,
doing. They're giving
like
views.
anybody who's still watching like Horror Mania, Cody Ray or Sean Urshan or things like that. If you ever go
Robert
to
Humphrey, where you at, Robert Humphrey? I bet it's him. I bet it's Robert Humphrey
Just
doing
say,
this. shit.
guys, to anybody who's watching right now, if you ever at a horror con one day and VHS PS is there and they happen to have the work print version of Leatherface, pick it up, please.
I'll never go
Yeah,
to one of those because it's
yeah.
never around me.
Pick it up if you ever.
Yeah,
get
but the alternate ending sucks though.
well, and the alternate ending is included where you think Kate Hodge is okay, but then like the cop car pulls up, and you see the little girl in the back seat.
Yeah, with their little.
That's what I didn't
her
like.
little-
I didn't like how it ended, but
Your little skeleton, her little skeleton
Yeah.
doll.
Well, this is Sally,
yeah.
which is kind of funny that she
Oh
said
yeah, I didn't even notice that.
the
Yeah,
skeleton doll's name is Sally.
yeah,
Which I
yeah.
find so I never caught that until now. I'm like,
Yeah, I know when
holy
you said it. I was like,
freaking
oh shit! If I clicked.
holy shit.
Sally.
Sally.
But yeah, like,
Dude,
but,
yeah.
like,
Really?
but either though, like, even with the work print, like the alternate ending
Sally.
sucks. There it
Sally.
goes.
Goodbye. Whoever they are.
Horror Mania, fuck off. He's saying.
Love face.
Ugh.
What the fuck?
We're gonna get
XYZ. Get the shit out of here.
We're gonna get the chainsaw and get Leatherface after you two.
God.
Is there a way to like ban this person?
Dude, I'm trying to.
I don't know.
They're just gonna. They just keep making. They probably have like
Whatever,
bot.
dude. I'm just gonna let him. Just whatever. Give me the fucking views then. Good.
No, honestly, you just keep please blocking them because I don't know what.
I already did. Every fucking time, man.
Do you block them from the chat or do you just delete them?
I think you delete them. Let me see if I can do
I
it
mean,
for
if they're
myself.
blocked, they can't. I mean, they're just making. They just have other bot accounts. That's what it is.
They can make more accounts if they
Yeah.
wanted.
Son of a bitch.
Ugh.
But
But
no. Oh, but Alex, you
yeah.
didn't get a chance to go on part
I
3 yet.
blocked them.
Oh man, are you guys done? We're talking about 3.
I'm
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
I'm done.
All right. Okay. So this
Cody Ray says click on the star next to the name.
the star.
Well, it says right here that he was, or this thing was blocked, but I don't.
Yeah.
They sent 2 of them at 3:06 p.m. at the same
What
time.
is this? The star doesn't do anything. It just highlights their shit.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it does anything or whatever. Anyway, part 3 actually. Okay, part 3 was one of the last ones I saw actually. Like I had seen the remakes and all the other ones. Like this, I didn't see this one. Like right, it was right around Texas Chainsaw 3D came out. It was this late. Yeah. So I think this one's just okay. It's not bad. I recently rewatched it again. It just seems tame to me.
Yeah.
It's definitely tamer than the first 2, yeah. But
I think
not the work
Other
print version, though.
other than Kate Hodge and Ken Foray, I didn't really care about any of the. Okay, Alfredo's really funny though. I gotta say.
So you didn't really care for Viggo Mortensen?
No, not really. I've never been a big fan of him anyway. So I was like, oh, I know he's famous, so that's cool that he's in this movie. But other than that, I didn't think I thought the family was kind of weak, and especially when you compare it to the past ones before, or even the ones after. Yeah, I mean, but I will say Ari Mihailov. I liked how he played it very differently from Gunnar Hansen
Right.
and Bill Johnson. I actually kind of like how he stood up for himself.
Oh, yeah.
I did like that. That was a nice little different touch with the character.
Yeah.
And I did like that one scene he has where he's trying to spell something. He keeps typing food over
Yeah.
and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is messing up
That's actually a
his
really
mind.
funny
Yeah.
scene. Yeah. But I don't really have much to say other than I just thought the movie was alright. I mean, it's just there for me. It's just there for me.
For
It
you
didn't really do
personally,
anything.
wasn't like much home to run home about.
Not really, man. The kills weren't that much to go by.
I like how the poster. I like how the poster says the most controversial horror film ever made.
No,
I'm like,
wasn't.
I guess they
Well,
haven't seen Cannibal
Commercial? I mean,
Holocaust.
that's kind of stupid to say.
That's
The most controversial horror film ever. Have you
how
seen
can it-
Cannibal Holocaust?
how can it be the most controversial movie ever when nobody talks about it?
I guess they haven't seen Cannibal Holocaust. Have they seen?
I would
I
say
think I think they're just banking on the controversy of the first one.
the
Right.
first one would be the most controversial.
Yeah.
Too.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. Really.
So I mean, I really do not have much to say on this other than
Yeah, you
it's
really
alright.
don't have much of anything.
It's
to say.
alright. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I never had much to say either. It's just
it has its moments though. It does. And Alfredo's funny in the movie.
Alfredo is
To me,
pretty
out
funny.
of the bad guys, he's the standout to me.
Out of all of them.
Yeah, all family, he's a standout.
For me, it's Viggo Mortensen, but I like Viggo Mortensen more than you. So
There's always roadkill in Texas.
Horror Mania mentioned Street Trash. Yeah, Street Trash.
No, the line is there's roadkill all over Texas, right? Is that right?
I think so. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Horror Mania was saying Street Trash is really good. Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah, that's a good one.
If you like
Which I haven't
gory,
seen yet.
if you like gory movies and a lot of slime and all that
I
stuff,
mean,
that's a pretty good '80s horror film.
I
yeah.
definitely see why not many people talk about this one because it's out of the first 4.
It's not as memorable.
It is the least. It is the least memorable. I'm not saying it's
so
the worst.
funny, 'cause Part 4 is
Bad shit, insane,
yeah.
but in its own way. But like this one, it's just like it seems like just a typical studio horror film to me, at least.
And the New Line Cinema got the rights to Chainsaw Massacre because Elm Street 5 was a bomb, and they were like, "Oh shit,
They want
we need
another
another franchise here."
Yeah, so they got Texas Chainsaw and Friday 13th.
And of course,
Elm Street,
Massacre didn't do well.
It was a damn bomb. Yeah.
And Part 3, I think, made even less money than Part 2.
Yeah, they did.
It did,
So-
yeah.
So much for restarting the franchise.
Yeah, so much for the reboot in the franchise.
This was the beginning of like, let's do a direct sequel to the first one and let's go in a different direction. And look what's happened ever since. It's been
Yeah,
nothing
really.
but fumbles. But I don't know. That's really all I gotta say. I mean, it didn't do well. It practically bombed.
Very much.
He did, yeah.
I mean, even the unrated version, yeah, it has a little more gore, but it still doesn't really save the movie.
Like I said, the budget was only like a million more than the
Part
second
two.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it made less. So.
Yep.
Woo, okay.
Yep.
So, any other thoughts about part 3? Because I have not.
It's underrated. I like it. And nothing really
You
to
guys
add.
like, you guys like
I
it.
like
I
it.
don't really.
I
I
like
don't really
part
care
3.
for it. I think it's alright.
I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Checking on the dogs real quick. Sorry.
That's fine. Whoops. Okay. So after this one, after part 3 bombed, they kind of got stuck in like, okay, they need to do another direct sequel to the original. Let's go in a different direction. They got Kim Henkel back.
Yep.
And
Who
we
was one
got
of the writers of the first movie.
the co-writer of the first movie. You got Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation.
Mm-hmm.
I
Or what people call it, that one with Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey.
This is the Batman and Robin of
Yes, it is.
Batman and
It
Robin
is.
of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It
film.
is. Go ahead, Rob. You haven't gone first in any of these. Go. You go first.
All right.
There we
I
are.
look. Like I honestly, when I first saw this movie, I didn't like it.
No.
When I was younger, I didn't really care for it. To me, it just seemed like they were trying to do what the first one did. It is considered kind of like what they were going for, like a rehash in a way. But now I kind of look at it as just a fun, entertaining, not to be taken serious kind of movie that the first one is definitely not like, because the first one went for a serious, weird tone. This one is all just nuts. It is nuts. It's crazy.
It's batshit crazy.
They implement the secret society subplot to it, where
The Illuminati.
it's influenced by the Illuminati and all that crap. But I tell you what, Matthew McConaughey, I am not really a huge fan of him. But this movie, I'm not really.
Okay.
This movie kind of
All right. Okay.
This film kind of
Yeah, it's
this
fine. Go
film
ahead.
kind of turned me on to liking him
This film really
in a way.
Uh,
Yeah, because
I
like
this one.
Right.
his over the topness, just it was fun. It was just fun a lot. You have this is interesting. So Robert Jacks plays Leatherface, right?
Yes.
He also did the music, which was interesting, along with the dude who did, I believe, the music for the first movie, Wayne Bell. He did it with Hooper as well.
Right there.
Yes.
What?
This is dogs. You got chicken and dogs.
Oh, okay. No problem. Yeah.
So you're saying that the music.
The music, yeah. I found that interesting that a guy who did the music was playing Leatherface.
Mhm.
And of course, we have the whole cross-dressing thing,
Yeah.
which obviously,
Which of course
Controversial.
they kind of hinted at that in
if you
the
want to
first
say-
movie.
They
what?
did. They hinted at that in the first one.
Yeah, with lipstick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But it wasn't to the extreme as this.
And
Okay.
he wore a grandma apron in the first one too. Like when he was talking gibberish, like no, whatever.
well, okay. So, but this one goes over the top of the
It
cross-dress.
does. It does.
If you want to talk about, you know how in part 3 it says the
This
most
is-
controversial.
This is
Look at this damn movie.
this is the Sia Chucky of the franchise.
People,
I think
you know,
this is better than See the Chucky.
Yeah.
oh, this is 100
Yeah,
times
for sure.
better than that piece of crap.
This
Well, you
is
know what I
100
mean?
times- This is 100 times better than
This
Texas
is the-
Chainsaw 3D. This is
this
100
is the-
times better than the new one.
But this is the
Exactly.
Sia Chucky of the franchise. It deals
The
with
original-
cross dressing and stuff.
The original cut of this film was like 7 minutes longer too.
And
Yeah.
actually, the Blu-ray comes with both cuts. And
Oh, it does. Oh, okay.
The
I don't
director's cut
have
is
the
not-
Blu-ray to the. I don't have the Blu-ray to this yet.
Now the Blu-ray of
Mhm.
Next Generation, which is right here,
Mm-hmm.
The features on here, they have an interview with the director of photography. They have an interview with Tyler Sheacone, who played Barry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree with it. Like, they were all high as fuck, I think.
It includes two
Yeah.
versions of the film: the theatrical cut and the director's cut. The director's cut really is like
better than
and
3D.
it's more. The director's cut is just more about Renee Zellweger's backstory about having an abusive dad, but that's not really going into much.
Right.
Other than that, it's like literally the same movie.
Yeah.
It's virtually
I
the
mean,
same.
look, like
Release the Henkel cut.
I think Matthew McConaughey's okay. I'm just not like the biggest fan.
Okay.
I loved him. I
done-
loved him in
There he
my
is.
favorite movie. My favorite movie with Matthew McConaughey is Frailty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I just ordered that movie. I just ordered that movie.
I'm getting Julie to watch that.
I know because like
I can't wait to
Matthew,
look that one up.
Julie, you'll love it. You'll love it.
Matthew
I
McConaughey.
told her it was the best twist ever in a horror movie.
And
Matthew
Bill Paxton is amazing in that film too.
Matthew McConaughey made a lot of like crappy romantic comedies.
He did.
I like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
That's
with
why I
Him
don't
in it.
like him as much as when he's on the. He's always in a romantic comedy. I'm just
Yeah, but like and then
and then he kind of reinvented himself.
yeah, and then he did more serious films like
Mud,
Killer Joe.
Buyers Club,
Killer
like what was
Joe.
it? Mud, Dallas Buyers Club, Interstellar,
Killer Joe.
Killer Joe.
Yeah.
And Killer Joe was actually directed by the guy that did The Exorcist,
Yeah.
William Friedkin. Yeah.
I was surprised by that, but yeah, go ahead, bro.
I don't remember what I was talking about.
You're talking about Matthew McConaughey. You weren't that big a fan of him.
That's
no,
To this movie.
Yeah. What I wanted to mention this. So it's so weird. This movie had only like a $600,000 budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it made like 180,000 or something like that. It's
There's a lot of
failed.
backstory with the production of this.
Yeah. It had shooting in Texas. Of course, they go back to that.
Good.
But it's honestly, you can tell by watching this movie. If you go from the third movie to this movie, you can see the budget differences. You can see like everything, how cheap everything looks in ways.
I think that's what Kim Hinkle was trying to go for, like making it more low budget.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if they were trying to parody.
It seemed like it. It seemed like it.
It seemed like it, but in ways. But that's what's so crazy about this movie. It's like you think they're parodying it, but then they go. It's like funny and then weird, serious, funny. It's like what? This movie's almost like it messes with your brain. I don't know.
I don't
know. It's an acid trip.
It is like honestly. You're not even high watching this, and you feel like you are probably.
I know, right? You're like, what the hell is going on?
Anyway, no, you know what? Bottom line, this movie, I like Renee Zellweger. I thought she was good. The portrayal of Leatherface was fine. I prefer the portrayal in 3 better than this one.
And definitely the remake.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah,
because I think most of the Leatherface actors bring something interesting to the character.
Well, that's this again. Okay, there was touch of cross dressing.
No, I'm talking about in general, like all the Leatherface actors, like every single.
Okay, yeah, there's all differences, but I think that's what they were going for here. It's like, it's so like his personality. It's like he's confused on his
Yeah,
he's confused on what his
he's wearing.
sexuality.
He wears male faces and female faces. All the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So he can't decide.
So
it's like that's a little different from the others.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate this movie a lot more. And I think if you go into this being like, oh my God, I just want to see a serious. I want to see Leatherface, cutting people up, serious,
He doesn't kill anybody with a chainsaw.
No, he doesn't. No.
He's like you're in the wrong state of mind when you watch it.
Yeah.
That's my problem. That was my problem when I first saw this. I was expecting something.
Well, that's the only way to see it,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I went into it not knowing anything about it, I didn't even see the trailer to this.
No, me neither.
So that's why probably I just didn't care. I was expecting something good. And now I just have a deeper appreciation. Like I said, it's the Batman and Robin and of it. I have fun with it. It's not as bad as people say.
I know it is that bad. It's just fun though.
No. I mean, it's not as bad. Like people just totally just smash this film to
Yeah.
pieces. I just don't. I don't agree with that. I don't. It is a bad film, but it's bad. It's good. Like so bad. It's good. Like The Room.
Yes.
The Room is so bad. It's good.
Yeah.
I actually like that movie. Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark. Where's Mark at? He needs to be in here. Anyway,
I did not hit her. That's bullshit. I did not hit her.
The
Anyway,
ending of that movie, though.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys go. I like it.
Okay.
So
As a guilty pleasure.
it's fun. It's a guilty pleasure. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't say that for the other ones that we're going to talk about, like Leatherface and Stupid Texas Chainsaw 3D. Those aren't guilty pleasures. Those are turds in the toilet.
Those are just
Okay?
torture.
That's what those are.
Horror Mania asks a really reasonable question here. How the fuck did Heather get off the meat hook? My question exactly.
Oh, that's a good one.
She got off the meat hook and was in the middle of the road, and she gets tapped by a stick.
Details not important.
Yeah, just forget. Yeah, you know.
It happened off screen sometimes.
Dialogue in this movie.
Not only did she get out of the meat hook, she got pretty far.
She
Yeah,
managed to crawl a lot into the forest.
I know.
Yeah.
Like,
Only found in the middle of the road, and she's like, "Don't hurt me." And she takes like a big second, taps her with it.
don't hurt me, man. Julie, you go ahead. What are your thoughts about Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4?
I bet she has a lot to say about Matthew McConaughey. That's for sure.
Yeah, I actually like this movie. It was funny, and Matthew McConaughey, he's crazy in this movie. All right. You know, his eyes
Yeah.
were really big in there.
Because you both are from the same state, that's why. It's
Yeah.
biased.
Yeah.
It's biased. It's biased. It's biased.
So it's
To me, he makes the movie. If it wasn't for him,
It's true. Yeah, he does make the movie.
Julie,
I don't know if I would have liked it if it.
Julie makes a good point, but that Matthew McConaughey, this movie is not as memorable as it is.
Yeah,
now.
no.
It would have really
It would have been
Wow, without him.
it would have just been just
dead. Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, but
You
I
would have
liked
like a
it.
cross-dressing Leatherface. You would have. I will admit though, WE is pretty entertaining. I like WE Sawyer.
No, I don't like him.
I like WE. I think he's pretty damn funny.
Not that he's annoying, but he's like, whatever.
What's this look like to you, huh? Green eggs?
Uh-huh.
I always remember Dr. Wolfula. Great channel by the way.
Yes. I'm a fan of Dr.
When he reviewed this movie, what does this look like to you? Green eggs? Green eggs? The children's book? What?
I do like Matthew McConaughey in some of his movies, especially like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and I really liked him here. I can't wait to see him in Frailty.
Well, Frailty's my favorite movie of his.
He's not over the top in Fidelity. Okay, we'll say that.
Yeah, Frailty, he's not like this.
He's not like that.
Frailty, he's more low key and creepy.
More reserved, yeah.
More reserved, quiet.
When he's in that cover of Frailty, he even creeps me out.
I know, but like that's kind of misleading. I'll just say
Kind of
that.
misleading though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's more to Frailty than that though.
Yeah.
I think it's even better.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked this movie, and the fact that Matthew McConaughey played in it, I think it was really good.
And it's like it makes a lot of sense that he's playing a backwoods like Texan guy because he is from Texas.
Yeah.
And he has the strong
See, that
accent.
surprised me. I thought he was, when I first saw this movie before. Like Rob said, I didn't see a trailer or nothing. I had no idea what was gonna happen, but I thought he was gonna play a good guy. Like I thought he was gonna be like him and Renee Zellweger were gonna be the heroes.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought the tone of this movie was going to be different. You know what I mean?
But when he
It's
showed
so
up
crazy.
with the rubber leg, I was like, oh, he's the bad guy. Damn it.
Yeah. And when he played the bad guy, he was crazy. And that's what I liked about him.
Breaks the
I
guy's
know,
neck.
it's funny.
He's like, well,
He's dead
No.
now.
he's dead now. Well, first,
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you. It ain't no fucking biggie. Please, mister, you're scaring me. And of course, he backs up into the poor bastard.
That's poor bastard. That guy's stupid.
I know. Like the poor
He is,
bastard
he's
had no
stupid.
brains. The poor bastard's brain got fried from stupid brain cells, so he got his sorry ass ran over.
Dude, it's like the people in this movie don't act like real people.
No, they
They don't. That's the
Barry
thing.
Barry and
Since
Heather,
from the beginning of the movie.
It's like Looney Tunes.
They just like
Remember
don't act
like-
like real. They act like, dude. It's like who? I know Kim Brown wrote this, but like,
what are you talking about? She's
Uh,
such.
oh yeah, that girl in the red dress. She's like, oh that. Just she's such a bitch.
Ugh.
I always remember Dr. Wolfield points out there's something really wrong with the scene. Tell me if you think about it. He's like, the acting and dialogue is horse
Cause
shit.
she's moving all weird and shit. She's like, all that, all that, all that. What
All
the
that-
hell? That lady that was the like she's like a teacher or whatever. She acted weird too. It's like, oh
Come on,
Barry,
man. Come on.
They all acted weird.
Barry, I saw you. You were kissing her once. I only kissed her
Dude,
once.
Barry is the biggest fucking douchebag ever.
He is. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Like no,
Come on,
nothing
like-
about him is like
I gotta have sex with him. I might get prostate cancer or something.
that's a lie. Like okay. You guys go ahead. I have so much like this movie is like also quotable. And
I
Are you
know,
talking
it's
about the
so
new?
fun.
Are you talking about the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Horror Mania?
dude, it's so confusing when people go like, "Which Chance Extension Massacre are you
I
talking
know. I
about?"
hate that. Change the freaking titles.
You know
Stupid.
I almost got confused because I was watching so many.
that one with the chainsaw. The one with the chainsaw.
I was like, did I watch this
Chainsaw
part? Did I
Massacre.
watch
The
that
one
part?
that takes place in Texas.
Yeah.
But Julian, are you done? Or you got more to say?
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, so you like it as a guilty
I
pleasure
like
as
it.
well?
Yeah.
As a guilty pleasure as well.
It's
or you
so
like
fun.
It's a
Fine.
guilty pleasure when, yeah.
Okay.
The characters in 2022 were just stupid. Like
Yeah,
they made stupid decisions and they were trying to be serious.
they were all bland.
They were being stupid.
Yeah.
That's the difference between this one.
Okay, Thomas, you want to go next on it?
Might as well, yeah. I remember it's kind of funny. I got this DVD as a Christmas gift one year.
I got that same one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it as a Christmas gift one year. I remember this.
Hey, you seen it?
What's funny is I got this as a
When
Christmas gift.
I'm curious, when did you see it, Thomas? Like, was it? Did you
I
see
saw
it?
this one. I saw this one after I saw the original in part 2.
And what was your thoughts on it? Like, first time?
Are you in?
Were you confused? Like, were
I
you
was like, "What the hell is this shit?"
You're like, it's nothing like those movies
It's
at
nothing like
all.
the first 2 movies.
I don't want you to go without him.
And
You
I
like
didn't. I didn't see part 3 until after I saw like the way I did it was like I saw the first 2 movies first.
Mhm.
Then I saw part 4, and then I saw the remake, and then I saw part 3 after I saw the remake.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I watched, and then I watched the other ones in order, like the beginning, 3D, Leatherface, etc. Now, part 4, I just will say the opening title crawl. The opening title crawl is lame as shit.
Yeah.
August 18th, 1973. News of a bizarre chainsaw wielding family was to ignite the world's imagination.
Okay.
I guess they couldn't get. John Larroquette, right?
Which was what was also cool is like they got John Larroquette to do.
You know what's funny? He.
You
I
can't.
always forget that he played the bad guy in Richie Rich.
Yes, Richie.
That's where I remember him from.
Yeah, John Larroquette was.
I was
the
like,
bad guy
that's the
in
narrator of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's pretty damn fucking cool.
That's cool.
And John Larroquette also had a fun role in Summer Rental.
He
as
should
well.
have. He should have killed Richie Rich with a chainsaw.
And then John Larroquette was also in Blind Date with Bruce Willis. That's a fun role that he has in there too. Yeah, John Larroquette's a good actor. I like John Larroquette.
Yeah, I remember that lipstick DVD. I remember even the VHS had the
Oh,
lipstick.
the one with the chainsaw and the lipstick.
Yeah.
Like the lipstick was the
This
chainsaw.
one is the VHS. I remember this was the VHS cover.
Yeah.
There were a couple. Yeah,
There was like a lot of DVD covers. Like
I mean,
had
they don't
the-
lie. I mean, they show you right here that like Leatherface cross dresses.
Like there was this DVD cover here.
yeah, but he is right. It does look different though in the movie.
Yeah, no, this looks nothing like it at all. This is like a fake.
No, like he doesn't have like those
Yeah.
stockings on or nothing.
No.
He has like a full on like black long dress
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
covers his legs and his feet and everything.
he screams a lot.
Yeah, that cover looks like
Kinda looks like-
malignant right there.
Kind of looks like honestly at the very end when he's crying when Matthew McConaughey dies, he looks like Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, yeah, kind of.
Might as
Yeah.
well be.
Yeah.
Then so part 4, like I'll just get off right off the bat. This is easy. If I had to do like some of the best comedies out there, I would put this on my list. Like this movie is hysterical as shit. Like this movie is fucking funny.
Yeah, don't go into this wanting a serious movie because it's
No.
Like
No.
you're gonna
You're gonna
be
have-
when
miserable.
like
You're gonna be mad.
like the dialogue in this movie, like when they go into the forest and they hit the other guy. I'm not hurt, and he just falls backwards. It's like,
Heather's like, is he dead? Did he die?
is he dead?
Did he die?
Yeah, he did.
Did he die?
Yeah.
Oh, and then
Barry, we could get arrested for trespassing.
of course
She's
when
the dumbest person alive.
when they encounter Darla
Yeah.
in the office.
Yeah.
And if you think about it too,
I don't. Okay, I don't get the joke she says about the
I never got
airhead
it
and the
either.
refills. I don't understand that joke.
Me neither. Like there was. I remember when Dr. Wolfield played that clip. There was a bunch of
What?
crickets after that.
Yeah, I don't get that
That
joke.
joke kind
I
of
gotta admit that
over my
Dr.
head.
Wolfield's review of Next Generation is one of my favorite.
Really,
reviews.
again.
That was actually the very first video I ever saw of his. Was the Next Generation.
Mhm.
That's like my favorite review he's ever done. I like his review on that.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite YouTube guys to watch.
Yeah.
He's very entertaining.
Mhm.
And then
And by the way, he just reviewed the new one.
that's right. I got to see that still.
Who are you talking about?
It's a YouTuber called Dr. Wolfie. Like he wears like a wolf mask.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know
he's
you
really-
He has like
he-
the black hood on.
He,
and he has the
he
mask
reviews
on.
mostly just horror
Okay.
movies. He's
Okay.
really funny. He's
Yeah,
really
he's
funny.
reviewed a lot of them.
Yeah, check him out. Yeah.
Horror Mania says he's awesome. So yeah, we
Yeah,
got
he's
another
really
Dr.
cool.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm subscribed or not.
Oh, yeah, definitely subscribe to him. He's really
Dr.
funny.
Wolfield is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I recommend his channel, Dr.
Yeah. Part wolf, part.
For a second, I thought Julie froze on us for a second.
no.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
oh no, the internet's working for you so well. Don't mess up on you now.
Yeah, I know,
Don't,
man.
don't jinx it.
We're talking about the best one now.
I know.
Don't jinx it.
Oh, let me.
Yeah, but yeah, you were saying about
Oh, so where was I at again?
the
Oh,
dialogue.
the
The dialogue.
dialogue. So
Yeah.
what's kind of funny is like when Harry and Bether. I can't think of the name.
Harry and
Harry
Heather.
and Bether. Damn it. I
Heather,
said it
Heather
again.
and Barry.
Harry met Sally.
Harry Better.
When Heather met Barry, yeah.
So we have Barry and Heather. They go to they stumble upon the house.
Yeah.
And I like how Barry is being held at gunpoint by WE. He locks the guy out of his own fucking house.
I know, right?
And he
I
goes
gotta use the bathroom anyway.
he has to go take a piss, and like the wallpaper skin doesn't creep him out. There's a corpse in the bathtub.
Dude,
and
the door's broken.
Yeah, he's all cool about it.
And you heard Heather screaming too.
If you think about it too, as well, you can kind of say the way certain scenes play out. This is sort of like a semi remake of the first movie,
Or like a parody, like Rob said.
because like
It
the
feels like
scene
a parody.
where-
No, it feels like a parody.
because the scene where Renee Zellweger is being chased by Leatherface, like it's exactly kind of similarly shot when Sally's being chased.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when she gets to the house and she's running up the stairs, just like Sally did,
Yeah.
jumps out the window and goes back to the office. Like instead of the cook, it's Darla.
Yeah.
And,
Same thing. Like, oh,
Yeah,
you think
it's
she's
literally
on her side, but nope, she's crazy too. She's part of the family.
and what's kind of funny is like in this one, it's kind of funny. Like, remember part 3 between Benny and Tex? Like, yeah, we're just hungry, man. You ever thought about pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, they eat pizza in this one.
She buys pizza.
They
That's
buy
so
pizza.
stupid. That seems so stupid. It's like she's in the trunk of her car, and then the guy's like, "I think you have someone." You're like, "Oh, there's something in your trunk." And he's like, "I have something tied back there." Like, really? He's like, "Yeah, you want to see?" Like, oh, I don't know. I'm gonna get fired. And the cops are right there. There's people outside. Like, dude, oh my god, dude, it's a parody. It's a parody.
It is.
There's no way Kim Hank will trade sincerely. Like, yeah.
Another like I will say the best. I say my favorite like moment with Matthew McConaughey as Vilmer.
When he goes crazy.
Yeah.
When he starts at the end, he starts cutting himself. Like, ugh.
Yeah, that he was going crazy there.
I will say, the very first time I ever saw this movie, this part maybe like spit everywhere and it made me laugh so because I didn't expect it coming. Is like when Renee Zellweger escapes the first time from the house and she gets in the car. Matthew McConaughey jumps in the window. He's like, "Duh!"
Yeah.
Kind of sounded like Stallone. "Duh!"
Yeah, he did.
And I will admit, Matthew McConaughey is like the one scene where he's like really, really good in is when he has Renee Zellweger by the face. He's like, "You having fun yet? I promise you and I are gonna have some fun." You can tell like throughout like my thoughts on this song, who I keep mentioning, Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey, because he's the stand-up.
He steals the
He
show.
is the movie. Yeah.
He
That's
is
the
the
reason why
movie.
I liked it.
He's the most memorable character in the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like and at the dinner scene, he's screaming in Renee Zellweger's ear. Ah!
Yeah.
And what's another good line that he has? Welcome to my world. Bob goes the weasel. And he shoots the shotgun.
Mhm.
And what's so funny too is like when you watch the trailer for Next Generation, they make it so serious and dark.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Renee Zellweger, or no, Matthew McConaughey of A Time to Kill.
Yeah.
Renee Zellweger of Jerry Maguire.
Mhm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, because this movie was shelved for like over a year.
Because this movie was made in what, 94?
94, yeah, and
And
they
then
kept
it
it
was
shelved. And then once Jerry Maguire and Time to Kill were coming out, like they decided
Right.
to release it.
Yeah, because I think
They're trying to cash in on their popularity.
Who was the studio behind this? Columbia Pictures.
Yeah, Columbia Pictures.
Well,
Yeah,
the
Columbia
movie,
Pictures.
it's funny because the movie takes place in '96.
Yeah,
And then
Yeah, I was in high school when it came out.
Didn't it get dumped direct to video in like '97?
yeah,
And it went to like a select few amount of theaters, but it was pretty much direct to video.
yeah. That's
Pretty
pretty
much.
much dumped it. Yeah. Because-
There is one cool part about Next Generation. Like we kind of already touched on it though. We were talking about the original film, but like
Mhm.
they brought back 3 people from the original film.
Yeah.
Grandpa
Cameo,
John
yeah.
John Dugan, his grandpa, played the cop at the very end.
Mhm.
You have Marilyn Burns as Sally on the gurney, and you have Paul Bertain as the Franklin character pushing her on the gurney. So like it's kind of cool, like how they had like a little bit of a tie into the original because Kim Henkel
Yeah.
worked with them before in the original film as a co-writer. So
Yeah, that's why this film kind of stands alone.
and you figure too, like
Yeah.
I
No.
said
I want to hear what Rob said. What were you gonna say?
go ahead,
That's why
Rob.
this film kind of stands alone because if you have those characters, they're not playing them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Well, only
I
Marilyn Burns.
I always say too, it's like a semi remake because like if you think about, remember like in the original film, it was the semi truck,
Yeah.
and in this one, it's a crop duster.
yeah.
What the
Right.
fuck? That's so random.
Like there's like a random crop duster plane flying.
Is that someone else from the Illuminati?
You know what I find so funny in that scene too? Like before Matthew
The li-
McConaughey gets hit by the airplane, you know how
Yeah.
like it's like an overhead shot of the plane flying down, and then there's like a wide view shot of the dirt road they're running on.
Yeah.
Like Renee Zellweger's like right here in front. Matthew McConaughey's right behind her. Look how far back Leatherface is.
I know, right?
Yes, Robert, yes.
I know.
That's fucking slow.
And like the Illuminati guy, his limousine shows out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, like when he licks Renee Zellweger's face, and
And I'm talking at the end when the limousine shows up out of nowhere in that dirt road.
yeah.
What the hell?
And of course, the whole ending is, of course, a lame version of the original where he's swinging the chainsaw around
Yeah,
in,
yeah,
in his women's clothes.
yeah.
And like the way he like whines in this film, I'm leaving and no one's gonna stop me. Ah, you sit the fuck down and shut up.
Yeah.
And he actually does it.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
telling Leatherface, the chainsaw wielding maniac, to sit his ass down, and he listens to you.
Yeah, Armenia is right. Illuminati saves the day.
Yep.
Wish Toby Hooper was still alive. Would love to see what he would have done for Mega TCM for the last time. I would have liked to, but he didn't really want to do another one after part.
No, I mean, but he was always supportive in the other ones.
Right? Yeah, and wasn't it true
Well-
he didn't want to do a part 2? Or
Even if he had his hands in it, I think it still would have worked.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Vilma's truck does say Illuminati on it. I noticed that watching it again.
that's right. Yeah, I did catch that when I
So it's
rewatched
not, they're not even being subtle. Yeah, this is Illuminati.
But yeah, like I know this is gonna be kind of controversial to say this, but I think like part 4 is like probably the second most memorable, like when it comes to dialogue.
Well, even
After part
characters.
2.
Even characters. Like, would you say that the characters are more memorable here or in part 2?
Part 2.
I say part 2, but this is pretty damn close.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, what do you think? So, what do you think is more of a comedy? Do you think this one is more of a comedy than 2?
I feel like the part 2 is it's intentional comedy. This one's more unintentional.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might
Yeah,
be.
I
Because,
feel.
Because part 2, it was meant to be a comedy.
Yeah.
yeah,
Part 4, they're trying to make it serious, but it's
I don't-
unintentionally funny, like
I
The
don't know
Room.
what they're
It's
doing.
almost like it's like a what did I say before? It was
The
a
Room.
a parody.
parody.
yeah.
So it's like
In a way, like it's trying to make something serious, but it comes off as like silly, like The Room or The Fanatic or something like that.
Yeah.
do you guys know what the original title was supposed to be?
Oh, yeah, it was going to be called The Return of the Texas Chainsaw
Return-
Massacre.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
And what a return it was.
Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's what I mean. Yeah, return. It's like that don't make sense.
No, no, right.
Yeah.
one-
Where
this
are you
one to-
returning from?
It wanted to be Halloween 4, but it ended up being.
Yeah, like
Oh my god.
Return to Leatherface, like Return to
Yeah.
Michael Myers.
I know, right?
Yeah,
And
I'd say
what-
part
what's
2
also
was definitely
really
had a
cool is,
more
like, I don't know
comedy
if you guys
feel than
ever-
this one.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you go on YouTube and you look up Texas Chainsaw Next Generation, there's like an over an hour long behind
Yeah.
the scenes.
Yeah, there's like
I
a
see.
documentary.
I seen that.
Yeah, and it's like everybody behind the cameras. They show Renee Zellweger,
Yeah,
and
they show everybody.
McConaughey, and showing them film. It's like someone's like vlogging the whole behind the scenes thing. Which is
Yeah.
kind of funny. Like I'm surprised they didn't include that on the Blu-ray. You would think they would kind of do that. It kind of reminded me of like the way that the behind the scenes like that was filmed. It kind of reminded me of like Jane and Silent Bob Strike Back, where it was like a vlog
Right.
showing everybody was doing. Like they could include.
I was
that.
curious to see that behind the scenes thing, because I was thinking, what were they thinking?
I
Making
hate
this
when they-
movie.
I hate when they don't put that stuff on Blu-rays. Like just like Rocky 3 and Rocky 4, there's like all these behind the scenes things that they don't include on the Blu-rays or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can view them on YouTube.
And what's
But-
kind of funny too, I should have touched on this too when we were talking about part 3, but like part 3 has a Warner Archive Blu-ray, but like you can do a special edition of that. You can get so many people.
Yeah, like I saw it just to see like they legit thought they were making a worthy sequel to the original.
And we forgot to mention too, but for part 3 was directed by Jeff Burr.
What?
We forgot to say part 3 was directed by Jeff Burr.
What else did he do?
Pumpkinhead 2, Stepfather 2, Puppet Master 4 and 5.
Oh, it's funny that he did Pumpkinhead too, because both King Hodder and Ari Mihailoff are in that movie.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Julie probably never knew there was a Pumpkinhead 2.
No, I just seen part 1.
I
Yeah,
seen that.
Pumpkinhead Part 1 is so freaking cool.
And my Aunt Kathy, before she passed away, she introduced me to Pumpkinhead. That was one
I
of
like the Pumpkinhead movies.
I saw part 2 Pumpkinhead first.
How many
over the
were there?
first one.
4 of them?
There's like 4, I think.
Wow, and I've only seen the first one.
yeah. I think there's 4. I think.
Yeah,
Part 4.
I love
Part
the-
two, I'm sorry. Part 2, Julie, Pumpkinhead, it goes in a different direction.
Oh,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
different story, backstory, and everything.
Yeah, I love the first Pumpkinhead with Lance Henriksen.
yeah.
The first Pumpkinhead is legendary.
Oh,
Freaking
it's
Yeah, I love the first one.
you know what's really creepy in the first Pumpkinhead? That old lady,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, gosh,
Resurrection
yeah.
Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
It was creepy.
Pumpkinhead is a unique character.
Yeah, and I really do think
Bloodwings.
like
I know Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings was like hard to find there for a while too.
Yeah.
oh
I remember
yeah,
it was always on TV. That's what I remember seeing.
right. I still got to get the special edition Screen Factory Pumpkinhead on Blu-ray. I still got to get that. Well, it's kind of funny. Like, I wish they would do a special edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. You can get Jeff Burr, Kate Hodge, William Butler, Ken Forey, Jennifer Banco, Joe Unger. You can
King
get
Hodder.
Kane Hodder, R.A. Mihailoff. You can get so many guys to be interviewed, but you're not going to get Viggo Mortensen, for God's sake. You're not.
No.
Nah, he's
He's too big for that now.
He's too big, yeah.
You have to pay him a lot of money.
Yeah.
Which was shocking that I couldn't believe they got like Keanu Reeves to be on the Shout Factory of Bill and Ted, which was pretty damn cool.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if they did for this one, did they even have interviews with Renee Zellweger or Matthew McConaughey?
No.
Did they have separate interviews like on YouTube? They talk about the movie.
Well, yeah, I think Matthew McConaughey mentioned it on like a talk show.
Yeah.
When he was promoting, what was like one of the newer films he was promoting that was like.
That was Boys Club.
No, did he do it? What were some like more recent ones he did, like 2017?
I don't even know.
Like it was like I think he was promoting like oh I can't remember what he was promoting. He was
If
promoting.
you
one of
don't
his-
remember, though, why even bring it up?
well, like I know he was promoting one of his newer films, and
I
the
don't even
guy
know
was
what it
asking him about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Matthew McConaughey for the longest time never wanted to talk about that.
was. No.
And then all of a sudden, like he's more open to it now. Like
Yeah.
it kind of paved his career for him in a way because then
Yeah.
like it got him.
Well, Days Confused.
He got like a Time to Kill out of it, and
No, but like Days Confused was the one that really.
well, yeah, Days of Confused, yeah. But honestly, you know what this movie should be called? Just put. This movie should just be called Vilmer
Yeah.
because he's the movie.
Yeah.
There's Chloe.
You know how we're staying tonight?
Is she being good?
Actually,
Oh yeah, she's being good.
Yeah, she hasn't barked since.
Chloe,
since the birthday.
Chloe, look over here. Chloe, look over here.
She's like, nope.
Okay,
I'm out.
fine, bye, Chloe.
She
Don't
hasn't
start that.
barked since we mentioned Ken Forey as Benny.
Fine, Chloe.
I think Chloe just saw the poster of this movie and.
Yeah, she left. She's like, I'm
yeah,
gone.
I mean that's my thoughts on Next Generation.
She doesn't want to be part of the
freaking funny.
conversation.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, no, like, I'm not talking about Next Generation.
It's the best. It's the guilty pleasure for me.
Yeah.
That's a guilty pleasure for me too.
Now, Alex, you still haven't gone yet.
This movie's horrible.
Oh,
But I have to admit, it is fun watching it more now than it used to be.
damn, Chloe.
Like you guys already said, Matthew McConaughey, he's the highlight of the movie.
Yeah.
But even like the other characters, as bad as they are, in a weird way, I kind of find them entertaining because the whole movie is just like nothing in the movie makes sense.
Now, for you,
Because
Alex, like, other
here's the
than
thing.
Matthew McConaughey, who stands out for you?
Who the I guess you could say Renee Zellweger as Jenny. I mean, she's doing good for what she has.
Right. Yeah.
And Robert Jackson's Leatherface, just because he's so over the top.
Sadly,
character?
he's passed away now.
Yeah, he passed away too. I mean, there's only like one interview, right, of him and talking about the movie.
Yeah, it was like I think it was a ladies' talk show. I think he was like
Sandra Bernhard, I think that's what it was.
yeah, Sandra Bernhard. That's
Yeah,
right.
talking about this movie.
Yeah,
That's the only like, footage of him talking about. The
I was
movie.
telling Alex
Yep.
when Thomas stepped away. I said I thought it was kind of weird that Robert Jacks did Leatherface and he did the music.
Yeah. And the
I was
music's just like, all right.
That's sad about Robert Jacks. Like I think he seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, in the interview, yeah, Simon, he seemed like a nice guy.
He did seem like a nice guy. It's sad
And-
that he died very young.
And he's like I remember like being an
Hermania, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
like it's funny because like I remember being in the IMDb message boards. I remember everybody always shitting on this movie, especially Leatherface.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not. It's the
It was
worst.
horrible. Like there was like worst Leatherface ever. Oh my god, he was horrible. Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I'll take this Leatherface over the new one.
And this movie has like I think it has the lowest IMDb.
I think it has like a 2.9.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's the thing though. Every criticism against the movie, it is justified. But I look at it as like Rob said, like it's so bad, so bad it's good.
Yeah. I think Rob froze.
It really is.
Rob
Um,
Rob froze.
Look at
Huh?
this face.
Oh, did he freeze?
He just finished it.
Look at this face.
Hey, Rob, did you freeze?
Yeah, I think he froze.
Oh shit!
Look at his face. Oh my
Alright.
God! Stop smiling at me like
I
that.
think he's fine. Oh shit! Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, look at you! Look, Julie, you're not the ones having problems today with your internet.
That was knock on wood. It only went down once before the show.
But hey, maybe luck was on your side
Yeah, I think it was.
because like you've not been knocked off once, and we've been on here for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened? Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Dude, what happened?
What happened? You froze.
You froze.
Yeah,
Wow.
all of you guys froze.
For us, you froze.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
and you're like-
you're like
I don't know.
you're like
Okay. Yeah, you're like this. Like, Like that. Hey, you
You
feel-
had the funny look on
Like,
your face.
stop smiling at me like that.
I have like the best internet. I don't know what the hell happened.
I don't know. That's weird.
I was even telling Julie before you got back on here. I'm like, look, Julie, you're not the ones having internet problems today.
I thought that. I
I'm
thought
not
the.
even having internet. Like I went and like there's nothing wrong. I don't know what.
I thought the Illuminati guy got you.
Yeah, probably.
Like poor Robbie's getting. He's
Yeah.
probably tied up and getting his face licked.
I was blowing Freddie.
yeah.
Speaking of Freddie, there he is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I
Yeah,
was saying, like even though this is a funny movie and it's a guilty pleasure, nothing in this movie makes sense from the very beginning. Okay, from the very beginning, Heather catches Barry cheating on her, right?
Right.
She runs off, drives his car.
Yeah.
How did she get the keys to his car? I don't know. So she didn't hotwire the car. So she's driving his car. She's driving away in the parking lot. She stops so he can get in. She keeps driving. They drive, argue. Renee Zellweger and her boyfriend are in the back. How did they get there first? I don't know. How did they sneak in there? I don't know.
Her boyfriend's
They're
her
arguing.
boyfriend-
They're all talking, and then like she stopped. She's about to stop past the stop sign. She crashes into a car, and then she keeps driving. They keep driving, arguing about the stupidest shit, and then for some reason they get lost. They keep driving. Somehow they get lost.
They're on the main road, and then all of a sudden they're in the forest.
They're in the dirt road. They're like, oh, there's no way to turn. Just go in reverse. So it makes no sense how they get from prom to the back.
That's called good writing.
And then they crash again into this guy you mentioned, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? This is just the beginning of the movie. Oh my god, it makes no
Yeah,
sense.
Horrormania. We'll get to that when we do the next stream when we talk
Yeah.
about the new movie. I have a lot to say,
Yeah.
and pretty much what you're saying.
Me and Rob on the Movie Busters, we were going at it. We were cursing up a storm back and forth with
And
one
I
another.
warned you guys. It was
Dude.
going bad.
Pretty much what he's saying on here, Horrormania. That's exactly my first thoughts of it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have really good gore, but like, give me some good characters and give me a good story.
Mhm.
you go on Facebook and people are just ranting
what
about the
she
movie,
thinks of
how
it.
good it is and shit like
yeah,
that.
you
I've
tell me,
seen-
Chloe.
I
Probably don't like it either.
I've seen more mixed reactions, but definitely like it seems like more positive compared to like the last two.
But I hate when people say if you don't like it, then you're not a true horror fan. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I know, right?
I
Really.
hate that.
Yeah. Maybe the movie's just bad. How about that?
Like, who are you to say I'm not a horror fan? You,
I know. Yeah.
Chloe. Arr!
Yeah, Chloe agrees with
She
you.
said she didn't like it either.
Chloe,
Yeah.
hold on, Bubbles.
She said I didn't like it either.
Chloe, look over here. Chloe,
Say hi.
Chloe,
Chloe,
over
say
here.
hi.
Look
And
at-
then like, okay, am I crazy? But why does Barry call Renee Zellweger ugly? She's not ugly at all. I don't know
No,
what the
she's
fuck
not.
you're
no,
talking
she's
about, dude.
not. No.
She's like, you're a dog. You're ugly as hell. Like, what? What? Because she wears glasses?
I'm like, I hope Barry fucking dies.
Like, because she wears glasses? Is that why? What the fuck?
Yeah, Barry's a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, dude. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
He's actually interviewed on the Blu-ray,
Dude, it's like nothing about his character is remotely likable.
and he gets killed the same way as the guy did with the hammer in the first movie.
I know, right?
And that's the last time that you see him. You never
Yeah,
see
you
him.
don't see him again.
You don't see him again. Like, what the
That was
fuck
a
happened? Did he die?
There's
I
a
know.
throwback there.
Oh yeah, like you guys mentioned already how the Heather escaped the meat hook. Like when Darla sees her in the dirt road crawling away, she's hitting her with the stick like, "Don't hit me! Don't hit me! Stop! Ah, don't hit me!" Okay.
You don't think that's as more annoying than Franklin?
No,
Huh.
it's not. It's not. Maybe-
Has.
Maybe this Leatherface
Yeah.
is almost as annoying as Franklin. Almost.
Horror Mania has a good point here. He said this is miles better than 2022 because the characters are enjoyable. I could agree with that.
Yeah, and it's actually about a family.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And, but
Yeah.
you know, Texas Chainsaw 2022 didn't have an awesome guy named Matthew McConaughey steal the show.
Even though
Yeah,
You know,
really.
it's more of a
That's what they were
parody, and like
liking.
the whole dinner scene's like there's no cannibalism.
yeah, dude.
because it's pizza.
It's
2022
pizza,
is shock value. That's all it is.
and like there's like random dead bodies,
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. This is a goof. I noticed one of the dead bodies starts moving before Matthew McConaughey comes in the room, and then they show it again. It's a dead body. Like the extra was moving.
Yeah, they
Whoever
were
played the-
adjusting for the scene. That's
oh
all.
my god! They're like, what the fuck? Kim Henkel, what are you smoking?
It's the uncut version.
I know, right? And then the grandpa's there, but he looks nothing like the grandpa from the original.
No, he looked different.
No,
No,
he's
he's
just
just
like, the guy just wakes up and he just like has a knife. He just walks away. It's like, I'm out of here, dude. I'm out
What
of
did you
here.
hear? You don't hear anything.
Yeah,
The
dude.
grandpa looked the best in the first movie.
It's like I think it's
Yeah.
I think I see what fucking Kim Henkel was trying to do, like with the whole Illuminati guy. It's like he's telling Matthew McConaughey,
to make
like,
them experience horror.
yeah. So it's like, is this way of saying like, oh, horror movies at that time sucked? So like,
No, but they suck now.
I know, but like, was it his way? It's like Kim Henkel wanted to show people that horror movies not that time and that like 1994, like they were
I was
going
the only one that heard that.
they were going downhill.
What?
And what?
I shit
Fart?
myself.
I know, I saw you.
Fart?
You shit yourself.
Yeah, I just shit myself.
Yeah.
Get up and start walking, and if it starts squishing, then you know.
Yeah.
Not the one
like-
I said this
It's like
morning.
it's like
Oh my god!
it's like Kim Henkel wanted to show people, like he wanted to parody bad horror sequels by making a bad horror sequel.
It was like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
do not go in there.
Yeah. That was,
Oh god!
The one I had this morning, cut one.
Hey, we're all human. We got to. There's an exit and an entrance, right?
Yeah, she sent me to as a voice clip this morning. She shit herself. Alex is like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
His face is priceless.
you're all acting like the family in this movie.
Well, that's what this movie does. To you.
I know, right? It makes you go crazy. Yeah. Oh, dude, like you guys didn't mention that his robot leg is
I forgot to say the robot leg Leatherface had on in part 3.
Yay, robots! Rocky 4.
but he used a remote control to move it around.
Yeah, Paulie fucked the robot.
I like how he's angry, like who's been using up the batteries for my leg, you know.
Yeah.
They're literally fighting each other over a remote control. His rubber leg is acting out.
Yeah, and his robot leg is going.
Well, what
down.
else would you expect?
I know, yeah. Dude,
This
the whole ending is just like
Random.
random, but like in the best way possible.
Do you
I
think the
know.
ending to do you think the ending to this is better than part 3?
It's more entertaining.
Yeah.
I think that's a good word
because the
for it.
part 3 ending doesn't make any
Well,
sense
only
because Eddie's
because-
supposed to be dead.
Because there's an old random couple in an RV. and
Well,
you guys notice like their dialogue sounds dubbed.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah, it does.
Fuck, you're like, yeah. And then it's like, they see her running like in the dirt road, like don't stop, like there's a monster chasing her with a chainsaw. Step on it.
Stupid.
I guess they died because the RV crashed and only Renee Zellweger gets out.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
pretty damn lame.
I know. I do like the song that's playing during that whole scene.
Da da da. I can't really say it.
Blue Moon at Dawn. That's the name. Of the song.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool. It's a pretty good song.
and when she Vilmer's dead body.
Yeah.
But you see how the fucking orgasm?
I And at the end, where he's just like twirling around with the chainsaw.
He just watches the limousine just drive away, and he's like,
And then that's how it ends, and you're like, "What the fuck did we just see?" This is. Oh my god, man!
Oh,
And it's funny because okay,
oh my
both
god.
both Toby Hooper and Kim Henkel wrote the first one, right?
Yes.
And then they both went on to do their own sequels. Toby Hooper made part
Oh,
two
And
on
then
his
Kim
own,
Angle did this
and Kim
one.
about
which
show.
like
Oh.
look at which one ended up better. Okay, so now we know who. Now we know who brought more to the original. It was Toby Hooper, not Kim Henkel. But look at Kim. This is how Kim Henkel sees a sequel should be.
Armenia 66 mentions Chainsaw 2, Next Generation in 2003 had good soundtracks.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why there was no other Chainsaw Massacre film until 2003.
Yeah, I love the 2003 soundtrack. It's good.
Yeah.
2003 soundtrack is awesome.
Ooh, Steve Jablonsky for the win.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah,
even
Mr.
saying, I was even saying to Julie,
Mr. Michael Bay's composer.
Taco Bay's butt buddy.
It
Yeah.
was when I was talking to her on Facebook, and I was telling Julie about, because this is when she was in the midst of catching up on all the ones she didn't see yet,
Yeah.
and she was about ready to watch the remake.
hmm
And I was telling her, Julie, do you know who was originally going to be Leatherface in the remake? And it was going to be Dolph Lundgren.
Nuh-uh.
I would have
Dolph
loved to seen him do that.
Lundgren was going to be Leatherface in the
He
remake.
would have been like a
He's
giant.
been a giant.
Yeah.
And Dolph Lundgren said no because he wanted to spend time with his family.
Because I always look at it as like Leatherface should be like either like not short but like somewhat average size, like in height.
And I know one of the
And, like
girls.
kind of
I
like
know,
hunching a bit.
and I know Katie Holmes was originally going to be in the remake as the Jessica Biel role.
hmm
And I think Jessica Alba was up for it too, but it only went with Jessica Biel.
Yeah, Jessica Alba.
I think Jessica Biel was the best choice. It would have been cool, kind of cool to see Katie Holmes before Batman Begins. That would have been interesting to see in a horror movie.
So final thoughts on this one.
I liked it. Guilty pleasure for
Funny,
sure.
fun.
funny
It's
as
fun.
hell.
I
It's-
loved it.
It's a
Nothing
funny.
special, just fun.
It is
Funny
just
movie.
funny as shit. It's just
It's entertaining.
it's like a thing that you can. It's a movie that you can pop on and just be entertained by and just laugh at.
Yeah, bag of popcorn, go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's popcorn.
Get some of your friends together and just have a good time with it.
Yeah.
and get a pizza with it.
I mean, it's movies
Yeah,
like
literally.
Yeah,
these.
get the pizza and then the
It's
popcorn.
movies like these that make me appreciate how great the first one is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think this movie aged well with time because we got other shit Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies.
Yeah.
So,
And you would have thought they would never hit rock bottom. Like they thought this was rock bottom. They hit even more rock bottom
right, yeah,
with 3D and the new one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so that was our thoughts on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was about to call it the beginning. Next Generation. This is only the beginning, though.
Yeah.
By the way, real quick, I'm gonna before we like go
We
off
end the show.
Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. Hopefully, we'll discuss the rest of the franchise.
So the first one on IMDb, the original gets a 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Part 2 gets 5.6.
6, yeah. I don't know how much you get 3 get.
Leatherface Part 3, I think that gets a 5.1.
Mm-hmm.
You were something else.
The Next Generation gets
I know what you want. You'll get it in a minute.
Hey, thanks, Cody.
Texas Chainsaw.
Thank you, Cody.
Hey, thank you, Cody.
Part 3 gets a 5.1, and the Next Generation gets a 3.3.
Damn.
So it actually went up a little higher.
Yeah, it used to be lower.
It used to be like a 2.8.
Yeah, I remember that. That's crazy. Oh man. I saw this one second. Like I saw part 2 first, and I saw this one.
Yeah, I saw this one before part 3.
And like I was like, and I knew like this is so much different. Like the tone and everything. It's like does these even connect? Yeah. Oh man. So, all right. So that was it for the original series.
That was it.
What a roller coaster ride! Look how different they're all are, man.
Yep, this is everything.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Yeah. You get
And now you wake up.
yeah. You get this low budget Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, and you get a sequel,
Now
which
you
is
just
gorier
have
and funnier, and then you get the more like polished Hollywood part 3, and then you got this the part 4 is the best shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
the
thanks,
hell?
Horror Mania. I'm glad you.
Yeah, Horror Mania.
Yeah, Horror Mania. Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
Horror Mania. You stayed through the whole thing, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
thank you. We appreciate
Cody
we-
almost
Yeah,
did too.
Cody stayed and Hormenia stayed
we
too.
appreciate all the comments and all that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we appreciate everything. You know, Cody,
Yeah,
Larry,
yeah.
Horror Mania, and
As
Sean.
long as you guys enjoy the stream, that's all good.
Yeah.
Sean Urshan
Yeah.
stopped in for a little bit.
Yeah, thank you, Sean.
All you
And,
guys, yeah.
and
Yeah, Dale was in here for a little bit.
the
But
lovely things.
everybody except for the troll, fuck off.
Oh yeah, really?
And even though Dale stopped in for a little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and what's
For
his
the-
name? Oh, Fuzz Aldrin.
Yeah, but Robert Humphrey was MIA. What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell, Robert?
Yeah, you say you're gonna watch our show, okay?
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't think you're a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan, Robert. Or you gonna see that?
What's that?
I said Robert Humphrey said he was gonna watch the show. He didn't. He said Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, is his favorite horror movie. I don't think he's a fan.
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah.
He didn't watch our stream. He's not a
No.
fan. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Also, MIA was Forca. Where we are, Forca?
Yeah, Forka, where were you at,
Come on,
man?
man.
Yeah.
I know he actually reviewed the new one. He thought it was okay.
And Forka, worst case scenario, you can just watch this later.
Well,
Yeah.
Forka was too nice. Okay.
Yeah.
On that, because I'm not going to be nice when we talk about it.
I got to be honest, guys. This was probably one of my favorite shows that we've done in a while.
Wait till we get to the next one.
I'm saying, like,
No, wait till you get to the next one. Let's
No, I'm
do
saying
more.
that,
Yeah,
like,
the next one.
like I think this was a really great debut for Julie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This was a good one.
we
I
went.
hope we made it
Yes.
entertaining enough for her.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was very entertaining.
we went to we tackled her. We're tackling her. We're tackling her home territory. So
Yeah,
She knows what
exactly.
she's getting into when
yeah,
you might see some controversial things go on here.
Now,
yeah.
look, now, how would you guys rank the first 4 movies?
We're not ranking them yet. We're
Oh,
not
I
ranking them.
already said how
I mean, we kind of said it, but when we get to all of them, we'll rank all of them.
So yeah, the next one we'll be doing the remake, the
Yeah.
prequel.
all I'm
Leatherface,
going to say
and
is that my favorite one is the first one. That's it.
Mount two.
my top 2 will be the original and part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're my 2 favorites.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
Tune in
thanks.
Thanks for watching.
Tune in next weekend. We'll
We'll recap the remake,
well-
the prequel.
we will
Cody.
we'll finish and
Damn.
Holy crap!
what the hell
Are
happened?
you
That
sure
would've
you
been
have
the most
Cujo in there?
That was Cody.
Holy crap!
Chill.
I think it was when you mentioned Chainsaw Massacre 3D. That's what happened.
Take a chill
Hey.
pill, Chloe.
Yeah, for real.
Dang, man.
Yeah,
Go back to
He's
sleep.
like, "Rawr."
I know, right?
Are we doing the show next week then?
Yeah, next
Yeah.
weekend. Next weekend.
Are we doing it at the same time, 1 p.m. Central?
Next Sunday.
Sunday, 1 p.m.
Yes.
Sweet.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
And any
And
last
I
words?
actually really like the setting too because I
Any
didn't have
last
to move.
words?
Yep.
Yeah, just stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching.
Don't eat Texan
first
meat.
Yeah, don't ever drive through
He
Texas.
said he'll tune in. He'll try to tune in next week. Y'all have
All
a
right,
good time.
cool.
Don't go play around old houses either.
Yo,
No.
Horror Mania, thanks a lot, man, for stopping in, man.
Yeah, thanks a
thank
lot.
you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
stopping
Yeah,
in.
we
Really
appreciate
appreciate it. Yeah.
And
All
then-
right.
and then before we sign off too, I really like this setting because I did not have to move once, like moving around with my body.
hmm
I can just sit still easily.
I got some last words, and that is the Saw is family.
The Saw is family.
Yep.
The franchise is family.
Just like how this
Cough, new Texas 2022. I know we keep shitting on it all stream.
kind of like the
that
movie
was so
Buster.
good. That was so good.
The Saw,
Alex,
the Saw's
It's
family,
awesome.
guys.
Alex,
Yeah,
that was so
Alex,
good.
Saw
I don't
family.
think I'll be able to take it.
The movie Busters is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and then Franklin Rotten Hell.
Uh,
Franklin's my idol.
Franklin is my hero.
To quote Jack Nicholson's Joker, I'm glad you're dead. I'm
my
glad you're
God.
dead.
That's
Kind of
so
like
I'm
funny.
talking about
That is
the
savage.
character. Okay,
You
I'm
just
about
feel
the
like
character.
paraplegic people.
I'm talking about the
Kinda like,
character, not the actor. I'm talking about the character.
If I was
like-
in a wheelchair, you'd make fun of me. How dare you?
It's kind of like
Oh, if you're in a wheelchair, I hope you're not annoying at all.
to quote,
I'm gonna be just on
Cameron.
purpose.
Fuck.
to quote,
I'm gonna push you down the hill like he fell down the hill.
I'm just
kind of like how
gonna.
the guy in Friday 13 Part 2 got
I'm
I'm just
pushed.
gonna give you a big old shove.
Oh, dude, that guy was way more likable. Okay,
If I'm
that's
in
how
a
you do a
wheelchair, I'm gonna
likable
start-
handicapped person. Okay.
If I'm in a wheelchair, I'm gonna start annoying. I'm gonna say, Alex, Julie, Thomas.
I was like, okay, fine, but if Leatherface shows up with the chainsaw, you're on your own, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll
then-
fight him.
to-
I'll fight
to
him
quote-
sitting down.
to quote Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off,
You're like,
Franklin Hardesty, you're my hero.
I'm glad you're dead. I'm glad you're dead.